Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be another episode of SNTR Gaming News, and we will be breaking down the brand new Horizon Forbidden West story trailer. We wanted to do this with you guys because we like to do these breakdowns with you. Now, I'm going to do a brief overview breakdown here at the beginning of the video, just so you kind of have everything. We do this for our other channel, SNTR Updates, but we will also be doing a pretty lengthy stream. We usually stream for about 3 hours, and then we use that opportunity to give you like a very, very quick breakdown, as well as a thorough deep dive with you during the live stream. This is an SNTR update. Horizon Forbidden West story trailer was recently revealed just yesterday, and I wanted to do a breakdown with you due to all of the new things that we're seeing in the trailer, especially a pretty big reveal at the very, very end of the trailer. Now, if you are avoiding things like this, if you're not wanting to see these types of story trailers, then you're not going to want to watch this breakdown, okay? As always, if you like these SNTR updates, hit subscribe and the bell button. That way you don't miss the uploads, and also be sure to check me out on SNTR Gaming, where I streamed the breakdown live. So the first thing to notice, obviously, is there's a couple new dinos. There was one that looked like a little bit like a Triceratops, and its like face is like busts open as it sort of attacks this little village. They also are very good to show some new biomes. You'll see right next to me the big reveal at the end there. I had the trailer looping, so you saw that a little bit early. We will talk about that in a moment, but the biomes look incredible. One of the things about this game that has been ongoing is the narrative about whether or not it was held back by the PlayStation 4. I can't see that in this trailer, given the effects here on Aloy with the rain and her face. The game just absolutely looks breathtaking. We also get a look at some new characters, some really, really great armor and face paint and things of that nature. I think they've done a very good job creating sort of an individualistic look for all the different areas and all the different people and persons that you're going to be interacting with. And there are some really unique and great armor pieces that I hope we get to wear as well, given the variety that they just show in these trailers. There's also returning characters, which I think is a welcome thing. We already saw the one trailer where she's sort of rescuing her friend, but then Varl shows up in this trailer, which I was really excited about. I really liked him from the first game, and he has a beard, so that apparently you're going to spend a lot of time together, because he doesn't have a beard in a couple of scenes, and then suddenly he does have one, and I think he wears a good beard, and so I was pretty excited to see that. I like to see the returning characters. And you're going to sort of see in this section as well a focus on melee combat. Now, we have already covered the skill trees. There's 6 of them, and the fact that, you know, Lance Riddick returns. There he is. Very excited. That was next in my rundown. Lance Riddick returns. We were assuming he was going to return, but he had kind of been out of the frame up until this trailer, so good to see that confirmation that his character is returning. But the focus on melee combat is interesting in some of those sequences, because there are 6 skill trees, and one of them heavily focuses on melee combat, and one heavily focuses on ranged combat. So depending on how you drill down in those skill trees will probably really affect how those things break down. Now, some of these areas you're seeing here, they're going back underground, they're going back down into these areas and discovering what seems like more secrets, new iconography, things we haven't seen before. So that's pretty exciting to think that there might be more to the story that we haven't fully discovered yet. They also show in this section that your friends are going to come with you. There he is sporting the beard. Your friends are going to come with you, and I don't know if that's going to be an opportunity for co-op. Maybe not in this game. Maybe they just wanted to experiment with what would it be like if Aloy kind of had to share the space with somebody else helping her fight. That can get a little awkward in some of the Batman games, where I myself found it to be like, yeah, you can't do co-op in these types of games. They also show a couple of boss fights and what look like might be some quick time event style boss fights, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it remains to be seen. Now, obviously, at the very end of the trailer, the thing we saw in the wrong order is that Carrie-Anne Moss shows up, which is a pretty big snag for the game. I think a lot of people were like, is that her? Is that her? With the recent, debut of the Matrix movie and the comeback there, even though it didn't seem to get that great praise from the audiences, it is cool to see a big name show up in the game, and what role is she going to play? We have no idea at this point. So I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. If you like these videos over on SNTR Updates, be sure to check out SNTR Gaming, where we do live streams every day that are a great way to have a back and forth. As always, hit that subscribe and the bell button here on Updates, and I will see you in the next video. And we accidentally used the swoop twice there. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I didn't even consider that we were gonna need I'll do an override on that scene for future reference, just so that doesn't end up happening in our little intro. You get that woof like nice and twice. We made that change at the beginning so that way we could have a nice clean professional open, and I forgot to override that scene. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Thank you, Mike onto Mike, for renewing your membership. First membership renewal of the day. Thank you so much. Welcome back in. Wanted to do a breakdown of this gameplay and trailer with you because this has been a pretty hotly anticipated game. Our coverage has been doing very well anytime we have covered this game, and we obviously are looking I'm really looking forward to it after the first game. We want to get a poll going up at the top of the chat. Good morning, Feed. How are you? Good to see you in the chat. Let me see here. What do we want to ask about this? I guess we could just do the generic. What did you think of the trailer? Yeah, let's do this. What do you think of story trailers? Do they show too much? Do you avoid them? Do you tend to... I saw somebody, I think it was Carnage, saying, I was like, I'm not going to watch it. He's like, I'm already sold on the game. I don't need to see anything else. Carrie-Ann Moss and Angela Bassett. I didn't see Angela Bassett. Is she confirmed? Is she in the trailer? Wait, is she that very quick? They show her very quickly. Is she the other character they show very quickly at the end? Because I didn't realize they put her in the game as well. Let's see. Well, maybe not. What do you think of story trailers? Let's just do go generic. What did you think of the new Horizon Forbidden West story trailer? What did you think? Right? We're gonna go good. We're gonna go meh. And then we're going to go bad. We always give people the option to be negative and say bad. She will play the lead villainess Regala. Oh, she's Regala. Okay. So have they just simply said that? Or is she somewhere in this trailer like really quickly? Or have they just confirmed that she's in the game? Because I didn't realize that was a thing. Angela Bassett. Let's see. Let's get a look at her here and see. Yeah, that might be her in that projection that pops up at the end. Like, at the very, very end. Like, right before you get to see Carrie-Ann Moss. She's in the trailer and it's confirmed. Yeah, is she that projection? Let's see. It's like an after credits scene thing here that they do. I wish Varl had a beard the whole time, man. He looks so good with that beard in that one scene. I'm just curious if you're gonna is this her here? Let's see. Yeah. She didn't speak though. She was the warrior fighting Aloy. Okay, so that's not her. How old is Angela Bassett? She's 63 years old, so she's fighting her? She's the face paint lady that jumps on Aloy to attack her? Really? She's 63. That's Gaia, I think. So they have her. That's her? They used her for that? Or is she just the voice actor? They didn't necessarily use her model. I was like, really? Okay, hang on. So let's go back here. Right there. Y'all are telling me that Angela Bassett is doing the voice for this character right here, is what you're telling me. That's Regala, and Regala is working for Lance Riddick's character in the game. I actually forget his name. Lance Riddick character. What's his character's name? Video games, Martin Hatch in Quantum Break. Sylens in Horizon Zero Dawn. So Sylens is his name. They literally put him like right in the game. This is what I was talking about when I said armor. Like, can we get that armor in the game? Like, is that a possibility? For a 60, she's in great shape. You'd be surprised. Yeah, I mean, she looks wonderful, but to be rolling around on the ground with swords and shields and melees, I mean, you wouldn't expect a 63-year-old to be doing that. So, okay, so she's doing the voice. So Regala is the one that's like invading the area with all of the new beasts and stuff, and she's apparently, it says in the trailer that she answers to a higher power. So she is apparently working for Sylens, or at least, he taught her how to control the beasts. And so they're invading with these beasts and the way that they're controlling, and that she's actually working with him. So yeah, this area right here, you could see, I mean, they're like coming up out of the ground, but this return of him is exciting. Now, I don't know, he seemed to be sort of in the middle. He seemed to be both good and bad in the last game, but then he seemed pretty bad near the end. It seemed like he was mostly bad, and not really good at all. Any man actor is also much older than you think. Well, I know actors are typically older than I think, but I thought people were saying that they put her in the game, like the way Carrie-Anne Moss is standing there at the end of the game, like that's literally her. Did they use? I wonder. So did they actually use Angela Bassett's like face to make the character? Yeah, it looks like they did. It looks like they used her face. Yeah, they did. So that's actually her face in the game. The same as Carrie-Anne Moss. Aloy's based off of somebody completely different than her voice actor, though. Aloy's voice actor is Ashley Birch, and the woman that they used for the face and all of that is a completely different person. I love how the old game talks about the Forbidden West a few times. Yeah. Ming Na Wen has entered the chat. I mean, yeah, I know Ming looks great, and she's, she does all this martial arts and stuff. So I guess you don't necessarily have to discount somebody that's older. Ming Na Wen, Ming is 58. Yeah, I've got serious doubts about that. She is not 58. I'm thinking the final character played by Carrie-Anne Moss is actually the Vast Silver. Lore junkies will know that's hype AF. Well, get us hype AF. Why would that be significant if she's somebody called Vast Silver? I want to do a breakdown too of this right here. I wanted to do a little analyzation of the ongoing discussion about what Aloy looks like. Again, I think so much of that was funky angles, and I also think we need to pinpoint just how good the game looks. This is in game. This is not something that they did. They're not cheating. This is what your character is going to look like in the game. The lighting, the rain droplets. Vast Silver is a rogue AI. Oh, that's right. Was the rogue AI the one that was like attacking? They were using the big monsters like up in the mountains or whatever. There's a few more details about the two new characters if you want them. Lay them on me. Yeah. Vast Silver is a climate intervention AI that went rogue, presumably in 2044. Vast Silver's escape prompted the creation of the Turning Act legislation that enacted, hang on, let's read this. This sounds very interesting. That established limits on the sentience of machine intelligence and began regulating the development and the sale of AI. While Vast Silver was allegedly captured, an agent claiming to be the AI appeared 20 years later on the board for the horror Hollow Tormented. Little is known about the development team behind the creation of Vast Silver. However, it was confirmed that Anita Sandoval, the lead programmer of Cyan, had previously been involved in its creation. She had been working on the project involving the development of the AI in question, but was later haunted by the near disaster that ensued after it went rogue in 2044. So, you think she's an AI? She's a person standing there, though. I guess it could be a projection. So here's information on Angela Bassett's character. Angela Bassett is going to be playing a newcomer called Regala, who's actually one of Aloy's antagonists in Forbidden West, described as, quote, driven by the hatred for the Karja tribe. A new trailer ensued on the reveal of an enigmatic character, and McCaw confirms that this person, who's actually known as Tilda, is going to be played by Moss in the new game. So Carrie-Anne Moss's character is known as Tilda, so unless she's going as an alias and it is Vast Silver, I don't know. Vast Silver was the pinnacle and standard for AIs like Gaia and Cyan from Frozen Wild. Supposedly, Vast Silver went rogue, though, because she was too sentient. Yeah, we just read about that. Thank you. That's actually very interesting. Part of me feels like if you guys supported it, we should consider playing through the first game before before we play the new one. I am forgetting about all of this stuff. There was one of the Space Zygote clones that was sent out with the Odyssey project before Zero Dawn. I love the texture interface. Yeah, like I wanted to do a bit of a breakdown of the graphics here, because the rain on her face there. Let's try to go previous screen if we can. If we can get a good shot of the side there. I mean, it's just the end of it. Now, if you have to watch the light actually on the droplets changing as she turns. Do you see? So there's droplets near her focus, okay, on this cheek here, all right? And the actual water droplets, the actual light refracts differently as she turns her face. You can see this is not just like some fancy, oh, we put some water in front of her or something. Like, it's actually pretty impressive. I hope that we can wear all the armor and stuff too that we're finding out there in the wild on all the different characters and stuff as well. That would be really, really good. A lot of the characters seem to have better armor than Aloy. They showcase a couple of different armors though for Aloy throughout this trailer. She was just wearing a different one there on that hilltop. She actually switches armor scene to scene here, because right here she's got on something that looks very leather, and then right here she's got on something different. I don't know if anybody knows the name of this from the first game, but this looks very different than what she was wearing just a second ago. This looks more like woven together with ropes, and it's like different pieces of the dinos themselves. And then here she's got on her more like tribal, like furry stuff. Not all is gameplay footage. But no, these scenes, they're using the actual in-game engine and the in-game models to make them. So when she's sitting there with the rain on her face, that's the character right out of the game. Like this guy's armor, this is what I want. I want to look like that. I want all of that stuff. I want that on my shoulders and my face and my head. This is what I'm looking for right here. It was the Shield Weaver. It's from a cutscene, and the cutscenes use the actual models, though. They don't do in Horizon Zero Dawn. Whenever they do the cutscenes, it's in engine, and they use the models. They use your actual model. They don't do these big, huge, like that's what the guy's gonna look like in the game when you walk up and talk to him. That's what they look like. They did that in the first game, and they're doing it in this game. They did it in the first trailer. Like, she's sitting there helping the guy, he's getting water, and then it just goes right into gameplay. It just claimed at the end it's a mix of gameplay and cutscenes, so it's all in engine. But you have to remember how Horizon does, how they go from cutscene to gameplay. They use the actual in-game models to create the cutscenes. Like, that's what Aloy looks like in the game. This isn't like some like boosted up cinematic. Like, she looks like that in the game. I use that for the thumbnail. She looks beautiful there. I thought they did such a good job making, like, everybody's like, oh, she doesn't look pretty, blah, blah, blah. She looks stunning there. They got such a great angle of her, like, looking and being like, they're doing a better job with emotion capture, because you can see there's like she's alert, concerned, like, all at the same time. One of the things they did a really good job of in Days Gone was capturing emotion on people's faces, and this was something that Horizon Zero Dawn did a poor job of. The first game didn't do a great job of capturing emotion on faces. The faces were kind of wooden. They looked almost like mannequins. So I thought that was a great shot of Aloy. I thought she looked really beautiful there. And I really like Varl too. They've got a great shot of Varl later. Very, very good looking dude. That's a great shot of her. We need to go back there and take a look at that one. So this is Regala. Regala jumps down here, attacking Aloy. I want to get a good shot of Regala. Here she comes. Yeah, this one. Can we get a good... Yes! Look at that! Man, they have done a killer job creating these characters. Look at the artwork here. There's so many levels. There's so many levels to what they've done. Obviously, I'm not meaning to, but the first thing I noticed was her lips. Like, there's like a sheen, a light sheen on her lips. Like, that looks ridiculously good. That looks freaking real, right? And then this is the second thing I noticed. The hair, right? It coming down. It seems like it's actually her hair. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, it's right off the top. She's got kind of like a mohawk pulled back into these big, long ponytails. Jawline. Yes, obviously, I love a good jawline. She does have a great jawline. But the first thing I noticed from a graphical standpoint, honestly, was her lips. Because the light reflection looks so... You can see the lines in the reflection in her lips. Like, there's two individual lines in the reflection. You know how somebody's lips has, like, lines in them? That's very, very good work that they've done here. Now, this is Angela Bassett, and as far as I can tell from some side-by-side looks that I got, I looked up some pictures of her. They have used her face. Like, that's what she looks like. Yeah, the other thing, yeah, the eyes. They did a very good job. Sometimes eyes look a little funny in games like this. I love the imperfections in the paint as well. Yeah, like the smears and the smudges on her chin. Some of it's coming up onto her lips and some of it's not. It literally looks like somebody took their hand and just smeared that on. Yeah. This is really, really good character design. I think they have done a great job. It gets a little blurry here. Yeah, it gets a little blurry. Look at the light reflection in her eyes. It's a little blurry. There's one later of Varl. Like, look at the light reflection in her eyes. Man, they did such a good job. Somebody said, look at the hair movement in this scene. Yeah, the hair movement there on Aloy. Really, really good. I wonder if we can get a frame by frame of that. Yeah, so here she is rolling. And her hair flips up. Each individual, like, I guess they're not dreadlocks, but they kind of look like dreadlocks. Each individual lock dropping and falling on its own path. Yeah, that's really good. Her hair was okay in the first game. It looks like they've really upped the physics on her hair movement. It's like each individual lock. Her teeth. Yeah. The teeth, they did a good job of the teeth too. Again, that was something that they didn't do a great job of in the first game, was giving you, this sense of they look like real people. More good use of lighting here, I think. You can see as he turns, the lighting from the area that he's looking at, you can just see they did a great job with his skin. You might struggle to see this on stream. You might need to go back and look at this. But the way it's reflecting off the metal, as well as you can see the texture of his face, like you can see, almost like mini scars, creases. Really, really good work here on what's his name? Silent is his name, I believe. Looks exactly like Lance Riddick. Yeah, they did a very good job. Meet the cast. Oh, we'll have to look at that in a minute. How new is that video? Meet the cast? When did they post that? Today is the 20th. Today! They posted that today. Great! We have another video to watch. Horizon Forbidden West Meet the Cast got posted 30 minutes ago. Thank you, Guerrilla. We appreciate that very much. We're doing a trailer breakdown right now, but we will check that video out momentarily. Again, we're just breaking down the use of lighting here. You can see, again, I love the way they're doing these lens flares off of the different light sources on the dinos. That just looks so good. The way that kind of disrupts the view. Really, really good work here. And let's see, what else do we got? We've seen all this. So what were these underground areas called? I can't remember what they were called. Help me, Barrier. The underground areas that you, like, investigate, where you go down in and there's, like, secrets and stuff. That will, it seems that there's new ones of a sort. There's some kind of a new, I think this is a new iconography. This seems like a new symbol here, that you're going to go down in and discover new stuff. Cauldrons? Yeah, I think they were called cauldrons. That sounds right. Some of them were really, really hard. The cauldrons could be frustrating because of the camera work. Ruins? No, they were called cauldrons. This looks like the source of, like, maybe new technology that she's trying to... This one ends up being kind of a funny screenshot to slow it down. I got it. I paused it on this one yesterday. I am so sorry. It's a mixture of... She's having a good and bad time at the same time. She is really putting some effort here. I paused here by accident. I feel bad, but I kind of feel like I kind of feel like this is realistic. I feel like this is realistic because, to be honest, if you were doing what she's doing, you would make a terrible face. She just died in Sekiro for the 19th time. She's smiling through the pain. This is when your family takes you to the store to do, like, a family photo, and they're like, all right, everybody smile, and you're like, I really don't want to. Oh, my word. It's so accurate, though, because if you were trying to do this, if you were trying to do what she was doing, it'd be really, really tough, man. She's like, oh, there we go. That's the move. She's like, oh, golly. Oh. I am so sorry to the artist that worked on this. She's getting freaking electrocuted. Like, of course she's gonna make a terrible face, dude. Of course she's gonna make a poop face, dude. She's getting electrocuted, man. She talks about here how, like, everything's falling apart. All I see in these areas, all I see in this little montage is a bunch of QuickTime events. I'm like, oh, golly, please don't do too many of those. And then she washes up on the sand. Somebody's going to discover her there. Oh, that's just such great physics, too. That's such great work. Just little things like that, the little slide down. You know, it seems so real. Look at the water, too, next to her. Like, it creates a slight reverberation. Oh, my gosh. Just such great work. I don't remember any QuickTime events. Some of that look like QuickTime events, like jump, grab, jump, grab. Again, I think this is a great part to showcase just how I actually think she is beautiful. I think they've done such a good job making her. I think it's undeniable when you look at pictures like this. Little sunburn, obviously, but light reflection and reflection in the eyes. Just funny enough about people critiquing her looks. Her eyebrows are awesome. I always like big full eyebrows, but great design. Again, I think people getting all hung up on her looks. I think the character is actually very beautiful. They did a very good job making her look not just, you know, a little worse for wear here, right? She's been out in the sun. She's got her freckles. You know, she might need a little sunscreen, but she looks great. I think they've done a really good job. And there's also just the intricacies of little scrapes and cuts on the armor, individual strands of hair. Even as the light, you see how this out here, little individual strands sticking out. That's so realistic. Like, look up here, little individual strands of hair sticking out. So realistic. That's how hair looks. You know what I mean? Like when somebody has their hair pulled back in a ponytail. Rad posted this. What Rad post? So Guerrilla, I love this so much, I'll keep it for myself. That's terrifying. Oh golly, who did that and why? Why would you mess with her face? She looks great here. It's games like this that makes me not care about Microsoft Activision. Nah, bro, she needs tweezers and a trimmer. Shape that up. She's fighting for survival in a post-apocalyptic world. They have done a great job with her character. I really do. I can't say it enough. I think, you know, this idea of like traditional beauty standards and she needs to look like some kind of a supermodel or whatever, I actually think she is very beautiful. I think if you saw her walking down the road, obviously in the armor, you'd be like, what is she wearing? But I think she'd be very eye-catching. You'd see the color of her hair, you'd see like, and I think you can kind of get a glimpse of it here. Look at that, man. She's adorable and also strong. I like it. I like that they've not shied away. They've not shied away from making her be. She's feminine. There's femininity in her face shape and her jawline. You know, like look at that little profile she's got going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't get what people are talking about. I really, really don't. And then these guys, I love Varl. I really do. That's a great shot of her there too, to showcase again the graphics. Look at that. Again, you can see a source of light, right? A source of light. You can't see it over his shoulder, and it's in her eyes. You can see it's in her eyes. It's lighting up her face. Again, good use of the, you know, the hitting her lips, her nose, the side of her face. That's great. That is really, really great work. That's good. She's buff Pixar. Part of me wonders, man, that'd be an amazing deal. Can you imagine, you know, Disney, Pixar, or somebody getting a hold of this property and making an awesome movie? You already have all the CGI. They've already built it all, right? So, Rad and her elitist, oh yeah, he's a loser and shouldn't say Dinos. Yeah, Rad, why are you unprotected? Did something happen on Twitter? Anyway, this guy here, right here, I really, really like Varl. I thought in the first game, I thought, man, he's good looking. I was kind of pulling for him, but Aloy doesn't seem interested in a relationship. But I'm pulling for Varl if they decide to go that angle, because he's a handsome man. Now he has a focus too in the shot. Does he have a focus in the first game? Right? Oh, I understand. That's no problem, Rad. That makes sense. Did he have a focus in the first game? Yeah, this was the shot I used in the thumbnail. I used that in the thumbnail. Look at that. Look at the little eye move. And look, the light hits his eyes after he moves. I'm here for this. I'm here for this guy. This guy is a stud. I love the beard too. I don't know why he doesn't have it in a lot of the scenes though. Wouldn't shock me to see a Horizon movie franchise. Sony's definitely interested in turning their games into movies. Both guys have focuses in the trailer. Well, I know the other guy has a focus in the trailer as well, but I don't think he has a focus in the first game. The guy with the big hammer. What's his name? What's the guy's? I know this guy's name is Varl. He's kind of channeling. He's channeling Donald Glover a little bit here, just a little bit. He's kind of channeling. I thought the guy who helps with the bandit hideout had more of a shot. Oh, yeah, the guy who looks like Jared Leto. Lono crushing. I am crushing a little bit. I think he's... Aaron, thank you. Yeah, Aaron, the guy with the hammer, I'm fairly certain he doesn't have a focus in the first game, and he has one in this game. And then I don't think Varl has a focus in the first game. You thought it was Donald Glover at first? He's definitely channeling Donald Glover. I do think so. Obviously, Donald Glover is a very handsome man as well. But I love this. I love this right here. That look! That's so good. That's like... Days Gone did such a good job with the motion capture. And this is so subtle. He looks... There's a bit of a twinkle and a little smirk. Look at that. That's so well done. It's so subtle. It's very, very good emotion capture. I'm very, very pleased with how they've upgraded the way that the actual cast members look in the game. This dude is the face model. Okay, you found the guy that's the face model. Amron Adams is the face model for Varl. So Amron Adams, you're a handsome man. I appreciate Varl's character in this game very much. Again, I want to point out. The voice actor is John McMillan. So John McMillan voices Varl, and Amron Adams. Aaron. No, I'm kidding. Amron Adams is the character or the person. But again, look at the realism here. Just the fuzz. Look at the fur, okay? The way the light hits the fur, individual little teeny strands of hair. Then look at his beard. Look at the light coming through his beard. Beards are not... Yeah, we're going to look at the character trailer, the cast member trailer in a moment. We're wanting to break down this trailer. Look at the light coming through his beard. Look at that. That looks so good, like individual little teeny strands of hair. And then, I'm telling you, we've talked about this. In other games. Getting black hair right is rare, especially when you can create your own character. They usually don't do whether it's a man or a woman. A black person's hair is very, very different, and I think they do a good job here. Again, you can see imperfections, little teeny strands fuzzing out from the hair and the light hitting it. It's not like a wooden sort of preset, almost plastic head of hair. It's very, very good work. And again, the light, they have done something with the skin in this game. Look at the light hitting his skin on the side of his face and his lips. That's incredible looking. That's really, really good. Facial expressions didn't hit the mark in the first one. Much improved based on the trailer. Gonna have a huge impact. Yeah. They never do us justice with character creation hairstyles. I'm telling you, I'm here for it. Like I don't like to bang on that drum too hard because I think sometimes people overstate it. But I do like when they get the hair right for persons of color, or, because it's like it's white guys. It's like they do our hair so easy, right? It's like they do a pompadour, they do long hair, they do a buzz cut, they do a part, and then they just do a couple in between. And then, like, black guys go to pick their hair, and it's like, well, you can have a bald head or an afro, and then that's all they give you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm getting M'Baku vibes as well. Yeah. He's not quite the beastly man of Winston Duke, but the armor definitely echoes M'Baku from Black Panther. I can definitely see that as well. Sorry, we've been looking at this one a little bit too long. I'm man-crushing a little bit. I think he's very attractive. Here's Aaron with his hammer, looking awesome. I like him as well. He's a good friend in the first game. We get a good shot of Aloy here. Again, another great shot to show. I don't... All the people like, they made her look fat and frumpy and ugly. Nope, completely disagree. People grabbed one screenshot and ran with it. How do you frame by frame on YouTube? Yeah, once it's paused, you use the arrow keys next to the letter M. If you guys are wondering how I'm doing that, once a video is paused, you can go frame by frame with the arrow keys next to M. Even her tongue's moving in this scene. They've really, really upped. You see that? You see her mouth opening and closing. You can see her tongue moving. Like, they've actually really, really upped. Look at the little eye movement. Boop, 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 boop. Her eye moves. They really, really upped the character animations in this significantly. We get cornrows or dreads. Are you gay? No, I'm not. I'm happily married with 2 children, but I have no problem, admitting when I think a man is attractive. I have no problem with that. I'm very comfortable admitting when some dude is looking very studly. What were we going to talk about in this scene? Yeah, again, they've done something with the lighting. I mean, the cinematic lighting they say is going to be in the game. You can see it again on the edge of her face. You can see there's another right under her chin. There's another individual strand of hair. They've really upped their, they've really upped her character look. And again, the idea that like, oh, they made her like frumpy and fat or whatever. I don't. That's disproven by every scene you could get. Even here, where you might consider it to be like an unfavorable angle. Again, see how she definitely has a more pronounced jaw back there in the background. But even in this scene, if you were to try to say like, oh, they made her look like she got stung by a bee, they'd have to Photoshop it. You know what I mean? They'd have to Photoshop it. Look at the detail on this girl's outfit as well, like the light hitting this medallion and the beads on her shirt and the texture of her shirt. They've really, man, I'm telling you, they've gone way up in character quality, way up. He's not gay, but Jason Momoa is his boyfriend. That is true. That is true. Jason Momoa is my fictional fantasy boyfriend, or Henry Cavill. I mean, I would snuggle with either one of those guys. I would love a snuggle from either one of those gentlemen. Little spear throw. Yeah, that guy. I like that guy. Oh, she looked cool. She looks familiar. Yeah, she looks familiar. I wonder who is this. She might be in that cast member video we're about to watch. She looks like somebody. I'm trying to... I can't place her. I cannot place her. She looks like somebody from a TV show I've watched recently or something. She looks very, very familiar. It was back here, too. The facial expression she makes when she goes down into the cauldron. Yeah, that right there. That shot, she looks very, very familiar. Can't place it though. It could just be coincidence. She does look like they used somebody, like a real person, to capture what she looks like. There's a three shot here. Oh, she's with Varl and whoever that new character is behind her. I don't recognize that character from the last game. Everyone out here speculating on Momoa, but what really happened? Lono broke his heart. Yeah, that's really what happened. If you guys are enjoying my coverage, there was a brand new trailer today released, Horizon Forbidden West Meet the Cast. Right now we are breaking down the Horizon Forbidden West story trailer that was released yesterday, and we'll be looking at that Meet the Cast in a moment as well. Let's get another great shot of Aloy here. Good. This is great. The sand. Yeah, that's really, really good. I'm just looking at all the different ways that they use like the shadows and the way the light hits her, as well as the way that the sand displays like the different... Yeah, all those rocks bouncing off the sand. Man, it's good stuff here. That's the Slitherfang. So the Slitherfang, we covered the Slitherfang gameplay. We covered the Slitherfang gameplay in a video fairly recently. From The Expanse, maybe? I don't know. I can't place her. She just looked really familiar to me for some reason, like I've seen her in something recently. We didn't watch The Expanse for very, very long. Isn't she also Tiny Tina? Yeah, Ashley Birch does the voice of Aloy, and Ashley Birch also does the voice of Tiny Tina. She was in the very funny comedic series on YouTube called Hey Ash, What You Playing? Or HOP. Hey Ash, What You Playing? HAWP. Ashley Birch she's a gem of a person. She's super, super sweet, and she's very good at voice acting. So if you enjoyed Tiny Tina and Horizon Zero Dawn, you're enjoying the same voice actors, same voice talent. Unfortunately, she didn't get a lot of attention for Aloy because the woman who did Senua, I believe they came out same year. Jurgens or whatever her name is. My gosh, she stole like every voice acting award that you could even hope to get, and well deserved, obviously. Well deserved. Here again, just no doubt they've put so much work into this game. There's just so many little things to notice. You know, their use of lighting and focus points and the textures on the leather. They've done so many good things with this game. And there again, just her, you know, her slightly sun-kissed cheeks there. You know, I like that. It's just her skin looks real. It doesn't look like just some flat texture. She looks like a real person. You know what? And my apparently my wife told me about this. So you notice that this eyebrow on this side is slightly a little bit thicker than this one. She actually talked about how that is something that they shoot for if they do eyebrow shaping. You don't want them to both exactly be the same or something. I forget what she told me about that. That like it's actually they usually have one that's slightly thicker than another. And I just realized they did that with Aloy's face. Like that's common with eyebrows, that one is slightly thicker than the other. So no, that's not Necro. That's a different person. What up, Cheeks? What's good, Icebreaker? There she is, Carrie-Anne Moss. We read through Carrie-Anne Moss. Her character is apparently Carrie-Anne Moss's character is named Tilda is linked in some way to a super AI. That's all we know, according to a wiki. According to a wiki from an article or something that Barrier got, Tilda, that's the name of this character here. Tilda is Moss's character, and it's linked in some way to this super AI. Gaia is the super AI, so Tilda is somehow connected to Gaia. Carrie looks good as a blonde. It's more platinum, maybe gray. I tell you, man, gray hair can be very, very nice. It's a good look, man. I'm jealous of a couple of my guy friends who are getting like gray on the sides. I'm like, oh my gosh, I call it the way of the wolf, man. I want it. I want gray on the sides, and I want it in my beard. Slitherfang only appears at the end. That was Rockbreaker, and they aren't fighting. Really? Rockbreakers and Scraptors are confirmed? So that was not a Slitherfang? It looked like a Slitherfang. It looked like the Cobra Snake thing that pops up out of the ground. She's clearly an alien? Yeah, maybe. I love her armor, too. It's very much like, is she really there? You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like it's like all one piece. Almost like she's made from, you know, something even more advanced than what like the robots are made out of, like the Dinos. It's similar, right? The white material. I'm convinced that Horizon Zero Dawn is in the Matrix universe. You can't change my mind. Oh, stop. No, we're not going to start doing that. Everything's connected. Carrie-Anne Moss and Black Panther star Angela Bassett will star in Horizon Forbidden West. Bassett's in the first one? No, Angela Bassett's playing the bad guy in this. Maybe she converts to our side. I don't know. I always forget that she's in Black Panther. Little smirk. Did you see that? Little knowing smirk. Again, I think they're doing such a good job with the facial animations in this. Watch her mouth and her eyes. It's very, very subtle. Very super subtle. Like really, really, really subtle, like micro expression of like a tiny little grin, a knowing grin. Like she recognizes her. She knows who Aloy is. Skip to 31 seconds. 3 Slitherfangs are fighting each other in the background. Oh, really? Fighting each other. Oh, because that one guy. Right. What's Gaming Fire saying? PS4 Horizon Forbidden West and PS5 Horizon Forbidden West. Xbox lets you have Xbox Series X. Xbox One's so nice. You're not even making any sense, Game Fire. Why Slitherfang start fighting with others? Slitherfang and Rockbreaker are both corrupted and fight for Regala, not fighting each other. All right, hang on a second. I have the controls turned off. So you're saying at 31 seconds there are Slitherfangs fighting each other. No, yeah, I think he's right. I don't think those are necessarily down there in the shadows. Those are Slitherfangs, though. Look at their mouth. Isn't that what the Slitherfang looks like? It looks like a cobra. When the one comes up out of the ground to attack her, this one here. That's not a... That's he's got the cobra. That's a Slitherfang, bro. You're telling me that's not the same as a Slitherfang. Whatever we just saw. That's a snake. Look, you can see his outer... And then he's got the snake fangs. I don't think they are fighting, they are playing. Alright, let me give you a side-by-side. Yeah, this is a Slitherfang. You're coming in trying to, like, be Mr. Know-It-All. Hang on, I'm gonna give you a side-by-side. You're trying to correct me, and you're wrong, homie. Hang on a second. Let me pull up the picture for the side-by-side. Okay. Here we go. You can clearly see the fangs, and then you can see the green pattern, and you can see the metal here for the jaw, all right? That's the same dadgum thing we see here. The metal on the sides for the jaw, the fangs in the front, and the green on the side. It's the same thing. That's a Slitherfang. That right there, this right here. Rockbreaker appeared in 142. Well, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about this. She probably tamed it. Yeah, when it's blue, maybe she's tamed it. Red's corrupted. Yeah, this is a corrupted Slitherfang. Yeah. That one's much bigger. Well, certainly, yeah. She fights one that's like a full-size boss fight. I mean, we don't know how big this is. What do you mean? Look at her looking up at it. Look at the size of that thing. That's a Slitherfang. It's that thing there. It's the same size difference between her there. It's identical, brother. Okay. Green's corrupted. Red is aggressive in general. Wait, green is corrupted? Huh. I didn't see any green ones in the trailer. Or was it the ones that looked kind of yellow? Where is there a corrupted one in this trailer that looks green? Is it when they show up here? That was red. Red means they're in attack mode. Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah, the Seers do that, or whatever they're called. The Seekers. Oh, you don't think there's one in the trailer, just generally speaking. Okay. I understand what you're saying now. All right. There is no green? Slitherfang is bigger, but Thunderjaw is still bigger than the Slitherfang and more powerful. No one can defeat Thunderjaw. Yeah, we'll see. Do I have this thing looping? I do. Give me 1 second. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay, let's check out this. Let me get my headphones. Let's check out the cast member one. They just released a new trailer today with called Meet the Cast. Let me get this ready for you. Seven minutes, 38 seconds long.
Rated teen.
Ooh. Yeah!
It feels really amazing to be reprising this role. Aloy is such a rich and interesting character. I think I really got into a rhythm with her, and sort of now I know where she sits and I know how to access her. Putting her in this new context, she's learned so much about herself from the first game and about the world, and now she has to step into this new role with different stakes. It's a bit of a balancing act in terms of you want her to feel like the same Aloy, but also a lot has changed.
That's not exactly a denial, Silence.
Take it any way you want.
Aloy and Silence' relationship is so fun because it's so adversarial. They kind of need each other. So there is this really fun push and pull, which is I hate this guy, but I need this guy.
Yo, I like that they've put more footage in this, so we're getting a better look, and also these are really great snapshots of the characters. I really like that they've done this, and apparently you're supposed to pronounce his name Silence, so that's pretty cool. This is a brand new trailer today with new footage in it from Horizon Forbidden West. This is Meet the Cast. They also released a Horizon Forbidden West story trailer yesterday that we've been breaking down and watching.
I've had challenges of my own these past 6 months, Aloy. The difference is I've made progress. I love playing characters that are super smart and super complex psychologically. Playing a character that's got a lot of mystery to it or layers to it, for me, I think that's kind of the actor's dream. Silence is such an egomaniac when it comes to his intellect. He rarely thinks of anyone as being his equal. In some ways, coming back to the role was like having to learn the psychology and the rhythm of the character all over again. In that way, it was a challenge. But by the same token, being part of a game that has such a fascinating world and tells such a cool story, being able to do it again, it's just great.
You can see how much presence he gives to his voice when he's not voice acting. He goes from being like, "I'm trying to do this, Aloy," and then he's he doesn't have that baritone in his voice. He does channel a lot of Zavala though when he's doing this guy's voice as well. Very, very similar.
Let's see how this thing likes the taste of metal!
Kotallo is a warrior who has kind of had his life turned upside down and finds himself, when he encounters Aloy, at a point of real crisis. The Tenakth as a people have found themselves separated into 3 major clans. Kotallo's chief has come to a vision of a better future where the tribes, instead of constantly fighting against each other, come together in a form of peace so that everyone can live together. Kotallo's primary mission is to champion his chief's cause and see if he can rally the tribes together.
So we're gonna get another shot here at Tilda. So I'm assuming they're gonna sit down with Carrie-Anne Moss. This is pretty exciting. They went kind of big budget for this game, dude. They went kind of big budget.
I really love playing manipulative people. I play this very interesting character named Tilda, who's quite a dynamic character. As an artist, there's a lot of freedom in doing something like this. You get to be in the moment, getting thrown direction by the director, getting to try it over and over again. Felt like creatively it was really fun. There's a lot of mystery to her. I don't want to say too much, but she's an interesting character. I loved playing her.
Yeah!
Blood spilled calls for blood spilled. If the ground is cursed,
then let our vengeance sanctify it.
Val has been on a heck of a journey. I think the writers are doing a really wonderful job of keeping him evolving and developing. Now that
Did anybody see that accent coming? I didn't see that accent coming.
he's got a taste of knowledge, he wants to know more and more. As he grows up and gets older, he's becoming more assertive, more sure of himself, and perhaps more willing to challenge Aloy, which I think is a healthy complement to like Aloy's kind of incredible drive and focus.
When we met, I thought I was a big shot talking to a pretty girl hidden away in the middle of nowhere. Now I see I was just lucky to get a minute of your time. Aloy saved Erend, 100%. After the big battle at the end of
Another accent. They do such a good job hiding their accents.
Horizon Zero Dawn, she disappears, and Erend's like, well, where did you go? Well, what'd you leave me there? And so they have a little bit of a fractious relationship, which is quite an interesting thing to play. But ultimately, he's a very loyal supporter to some huge story arcs in the next one, which sort of blew my mind when I realized what they were doing.
Val and Erend's friendship really develops in this new story.
They really have to team up to support Aloy in what is quite a time-sensitive quest that she's on.
They clearly make Erend look like him, but Varl's represented by somebody different.
When they're supporting Aloy, they can both bring very different things to the table. Well, Varl can bring things to the table, and then Erend breaks the table with a hammer. My relationship with John McMillan is very similar to Erend's relationship with Varl. Take away the American accents, it's identical.
We've had some really fun times, like on set and just hanging out afterwards. He's a good dude. Shout out John Hopkins.
Our cast has expanded in this game, and we've gotten to do a lot of work together on the stage, which has been awesome. We had a shoot recently that had 10 people, which is the most I've ever worked with on a stage.
When you get to go into what we call the volume, the big grey room with all the cameras where you're wearing the little tight grey suits covered in dots, it is such a privilege because you really get to look the other actor in the eye.
There's something about like being in the same space and the way that someone can perform something that gets under your skin or whatever and bring something out in you that you didn't anticipate it's always so fun.
It's much more like a theatrical performance in that we're all kind of keeping the ball up in the air together.
It shows in the work that ends up on screen as well because it feels much more embedded.
Watching the way concept art and like environmental art and the directing team helped me shape Kotalo and go from this powerful but still unformed idea of who Kotalo is to seeing him like actually on the screen. It blows my mind. I would never be able to create Kotalo like that by myself.
I think that fans are going to be blown away by Horizon Forbidden West.
I'm really intrigued to experience his fans' reaction, not so much to who Silence is, but what's he gonna do next?
The story really interested me. I think it's a fascinating journey to go on.
I'm interested to see how people react to Aloy and this version of her story and the sort of stuff that comes up over the course of the game.
As a fan, I'm super excited because the creatures are just gonna get crazier, the enemies get gnarlier, the world is beautiful and bigger. I mean, I'm super biased. I like Kotalo a lot. And I really hope other people do too.
It's staggering what they're able to do on the next generation of consoles. To go back to those worlds rendered as they are now on this new console is breathtakingly beautiful.
I'm also just excited to play it when it comes out.
I love Ashley Birch's hair. I'm so jealous. Like, I'm so jealous of the gray.
Excited to play.
Like, I'm so jealous of that. I have guy friends that have gotten some of the the salt and pepper look. I'm extremely jealous. I love her hair. I want that. I'm getting a little bit of gray on the sides and a little bit in my beard. I'm very, very jealous. I think she's very pretty. The funny thing is that you can see they use certain characters. Like they don't use Ashley Birch for Aloy, but they use that guy for Erend, and then they don't use that one guy for Varl. They use a completely different guy for Varl. So I wonder what makes them decide to do that, and yet she's the one in the scenes that they're using for mocap, because she's kind of small. She's kind of a short person. And so, where was the, hang on, I gotta get my controls back so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, they were showing these scenes here. She was like standing there, and you could see she's so much shorter than Aloy is. It's surprising that I wonder what makes them do that. Probably because it needs to line up with her voice, I would think. I was trying to find the scene where they were like all in the thing together. She talked about how there was like 10 people all in the place together working on something. Was that early on? No, it was later. I can't find it. Yeah, right there, right there, you can get a glimpse into, like, she's not a very tall person. I mean, neither am I. It's also interesting. Look how much equipment they have to wear. Let's get a less unflattering shot of Ashley. Like, look at all the equipment they have to wear. She's got, like... He does not look impressed. They gotta wear this thing on their face, coming down in front. They gotta wear, like, looks like some kind of a battery pack. I don't know. This whole suit. And they gotta be in character while they're doing this. I mean, this is not just like walking around in a scene together. She's intense, man. You love Lance? You can see how long they've been... Look how long they've been working on this. Look at her hair. I never thought Aloy was tall in the game. Yeah, she's not tall, but she certainly isn't. She certainly isn't short. Look at her hair. Look how long her hair is, and it doesn't have the gray in it. That's how long they've been working on this game. That is not what she looks like now. I mean, you can get your hair cut, but maybe she was dyeing the gray out back then. I don't know. Some people get gray really early in life. She's not that old. However, they've been working on this game for a really long time. Unless she was coloring the gray out. Maybe this game gave her gray hair. I don't know. But that's different. That's totally different. That's years ago when they were filming that. So yeah, maybe she was coloring it. Come on. Where was the other footage? I like this guy. He seems really cool. It looks dyed now. Oh, you think the gray now isn't real? That's a thing? I told you, man, gray looks good. Gray looks good if people are paying money to get it dyed in. It's false gray. Yeah. She's out here tricking us. With her false gray. All right, hang on. Let's turn that off. I wanted to go back here. This looks maybe more recent. Yeah, after she got her haircut short. Yeah, and you're saying she dyes in the gray. I'm going to do that. I'm so jealous of the gray. Yeah, this shot. Yes. That right there, dude. Look at that. Man. She's going to be so much cooler in this game, dude, than the previous. Whoops. Got my headphones. Mythic Quest? Yeah. This game is held back by PlayStation 4. I want that armor, dude. So is she putting face paint on there? What's she doing? She's wiping something off. That's a good shot. That is a good shot right there. This would work better. This would work better for your thumb creature than the robot. That new robot at the beginning. I tried getting a shot of him last night. There's no good shot of him. I'll get you that one. She lacks details, like sweat and details, like her neck right there. What do you mean she lacks details? You can see the lines in her lips. You can see the pores on her chin. You can see smudges in the face paint. I can see individual eyebrow hairs. What do you mean she lacks detail? What are you talking about? I have salt and pepper hair. People tell me all the time how good it looks. I want my hair, I want my black hair back. Don't dye your hair. It's foolish. I mean, I'm half joking, half serious. I actually think gray hair looks great. The neck. Look at the neck. Okay, I'm looking at her neck. I see slight details down in here and lines. I see some micro hairs on this left side. What are you talking about? I'm counting her freckles right now. Yeah, you're being persnickety and overly critical. Like, what? Do you not own a PlayStation? New cast videos up for Forbidden West on YouTube. Oh, is it? You mean this one that we're watching? You mean this one that we're watching right now? So apparently, this is new footage right here as well. Apparently, her and Silence, she says they're adversarial, like they need each other, but they're not necessarily friends. So they're here having some form of communication together for whatever reason. So yeah, curious to see what that turns into. Like, is he tricking her? You know what I mean? Yeah, she lacks detail, man. She lacks detail. Look at the individual hairs and fibers coming off. Yeah, look at that. Just not enough detail, you know what I'm saying? Individual strands of hair, freckles, imperfections, individual eyebrow hairs, light reflecting off. But her neck, bro, look at her neck. People are so persnickety. Like, imagine taking an amazing picture like the one we were looking at a moment ago. Imagine looking at this and being like, what am I going to do? Yeah, dude, look at his armpit, bro. Look at his armpit. There's not enough detail there, bro. Like, I can see pores in his skin on his face. I can see individual strands in his armor. His armpit, bro. Totally unplayable. I wonder what it feels like to be in a video game, though. Like, they straight up put Lance Riddick in the video game. Like, there he is. That's him. You know what I'm saying? They straight up put this dude in the game. That's just him with blue lights in his skin. Here's a blog about the creation of Aloy and why they chose Birch. Okay. His armpit's not swayed up. Look at that! That looks that looks real! That looks real! There's not enough detail, bro. There's just not enough, man. There's not enough detail in this game, man. It just isn't. My man looks like a photograph of Lance Riddick. That was like a freaking photograph of him. There's not enough sweat. Yeah, dude. There's not enough sweat. We need sweat beads on his head, man. What's going on? This game really lacks... this game lacks detail, man. It's like, is that the game? Like, can you believe this, guys? Like, look at how fake that is. Look at how fake and unrealistic this is. You look at this footage right here. Look at that. That is clearly not enough detail in this. Look at the frame by frame. This game is unplayable. Look at that. Look at that blink. Look at the lack of frames on the fluidity on that blink. This is unbelievable. I can't believe how unrealistic this game looks. Whatever scene this is, whatever part of Horizon Forbidden West this is, whatever this comes from, I'm gonna skip right through it. This is unplayable. This is unplayable garbage. There's not enough graphical fidelity here. This is embarrassing. I'm surprised they even published this video, dude. I can't believe this. Look at how bad that looks. This is supposed to be the place that the PlayStation 5. Wait, hang on. Oh, production's telling me this is actual footage of Lance Riddick. I'm sorry. Yeah, and what the frick is this part? When am I going to be playing the game wearing these goofy outfits? Why is this in the game? This is terrible. Look at the graphics. It's like they didn't even put textures on the walls. I can see the scaffolding. This is embarrassing. It's unbelievable. I can't believe this, you know? We're not going to comment. We're not going to comment on this either. That's clearly been enhanced. That's not real. Look at that. Look at that. How? How can anybody criticize these graphics? How can anybody criticize these graphics, bro? Look at that. Oh. It's just what a graphical embarrassment this game is. I can't believe they published this. Oh man. Yeah, is this the same guy that said Elden Ring looks like something from PlayStation 3? Yeah, it's probably the same guy. Yeah. I mean this in all sincerity, dude. You need to go to the eye doctor. Like, there is genuinely something wrong with your vision. There's genuinely something wrong if you look at this. You know what I mean? Looks like the guy who said dinos and not machines. Looks like a guy who would say dinos and not machines. Wait, I said dinos this morning. What's that meme from? Are you memeing me, Radical, or somebody else? I say dinos. They look like dinos. Golly. Look at that. Look at his face there. And look at him there. There, and there. It's the same guy. Oh, you're making fun of me. Okay. That's the same guy. It looks like they literally just put a costume on him and had him stand there. The back of his neck doesn't have enough detail. Yeah, imagine getting out like a fine-tooth comb, being like, well, if I zoom in on his neck with a magnifying glass and I get up from my couch, I can clearly see a lack of texture on the back of his neck. This game is virtually unplayable when I analyze it in a way that is completely unrealistic within the scope of game immersion. Hang on, guys. This is how we're supposed to play games. Right here. Oh man, I can't. I can't do it. I was gonna try and zoom in. I can't do it. Anyway. Not realistic enough. 10 out of 10. Yeah. Katalo. I like this guy. Okay. Hang on. I got the split screen assets creature. He emailed them to me. That guy do be handsome. This guy here, oh yeah, I think I think he's very handsome. It's actually easier to show facial expressions if copying the voice actor's real face. That's why L.A. Noire looked so good back then. I like Carrie-Anne Moss's hair right here, man. I love that short style. I do. I go to get my hair cut at a place, and there's always a girl there, and her hair is always super dope. Every time I'm like, man, your hair is so much cooler than mine. It's always a different color. It's always styled kind of like up and pompadourish and punk rock. The gray hair is true. Yeah. Carrie-Anne Moss's gray hair is not dyed in. That's for sure. Here's my friend doing his name. Her voice is... Wait, whose voice? Carrie-Anne Moss? Really? How can you not be impressed after watching this? Radical, were you here earlier when I was crushing on this shot here? Were you here earlier when I was... everyone, so I just gotta pause this one here. It made me feel a certain kind of way. That little smirk he gives, you know what I mean? Find somebody who looks at you like that. Do it, chat. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Can you do that? Find somebody that looks at you the way Varl does that right there. That little twinkle. Find somebody that does that. There's definitely something wrong with that scene right there. There is something wrong with his character. Do you see it? His character glitches. Watch. Vroop. You see? Let's pause it and see if we can't figure out what that is. It's like him coming into the room. It's like it glitches out. Yeah, right there. There's like some kind of a weird blurring effect that's hitting his character. It's like a glitch in the Matrix. It happens in two different spots. It happens there. See, it's like the front half of his character is blurring, and then it happens again in here. It seems like something happened with the rendering. That's the key light. Yeah, they're going to have to fix that. That's awkward. That doesn't look good. He looks like he glitched it. It happens again right there. The front half of the character is like blurring or something. It's like he's stepping into a new light source and like it causes some kind of a problem. It looks like it stutters. Like it looks like it, yeah. That's not very good at all. They got to fix that. Yeah, it looks like a glitch in the Matrix or something. Yeah, unplayable. I can't believe this guy's accent shift. This is not next gen. No, certainly not next gen. This game looks like something I played on my Nintendo Entertainment System in 1992. Yeah, I just... Look at that. I played that game before. Looks like a freaking StarCraft ripoff, you know? Can't believe it. It's Mr. Smith from The Matrix. Allow me to share a revelation from my time here. It's interesting, too. Again, they chose to make Aaron look like him. Like, he is him. That little arm touch, though, I don't know. I'm shipping this. Look at that. She doesn't pull away either. Watch what she does. She's like, uh-oh, he saw. I don't know, man. Varl's making moves. That's a move right there. That right there, boom. That's a move. And she double checked. She's like, well, Aaron just saw. You just gave us away. You know what I mean? She looks so good there. Yeah, I was commenting on that earlier. I really do think they've done a good job, like making her. She's obviously not like objectified, but she certainly is beautiful. They did a really good job with her character. I actually think all the characters are good looking. Like they've done a good job with that. The Jared Leto looking guy from the first game was pretty subtly too. He has like the weird eye makeup. In my opinion, this is what happens when you make a game for old gen and new gen. Maybe it would have looked better if only PS5, just my guess. What, one little weird rendering scene? You serious? A little rendering glitch in a cutscene and you think that's the problem? Jared who? Leto, however you say his name. There's a guy in the first game who looks like Jared Leto. Or Leto, however you say his. I never know how to say his name. It'll look great on the PS4 for sure. I'm just curious to see where they're going to cut corners for render time. Well, I think on the PlayStation 4, you're not going to have the same dynamic lighting. You're not going to have the cinematic lighting. We've seen today, in my breakdown of the story trailer, we've seen today just how much the lighting is affecting the game. You can see the lines in people's lips and stuff with the way the light refracts off their lips. Like, look at his lips. Look at his lips, okay? You see how you can literally see light on his lips, and you can see lines in his lips, right? They're doing that. You can see it right there, too. They're doing that in the game with the lighting, and I think that's the cinematic lighting. I think the way the lighting is used on the characters is a significant reason that the game's going to look so good in those cutscenes and in those sections. Wondering if these guys are watching the stream in 144 and saying the detail sucks. I mean, you are watching me streaming a video. You should probably go watch it yourself and set the settings to the highest resolution. Like, that's also something you might have to consider. So if you're watching on like a mobile device at 720 and, you know, it might not look as crisp and as clean. The argument for next-gen stuff's unreal. Does the highest graphical fidelity really matter when you if you can't enjoy a game? This game looks amazing. It's going to be cool to see how they pull it off is what I'm trying to say. Well, the leaks, when the full game leaked, there were screenshots that emerged. Like, here's a good example of what I'm talking about. This is actually like a great time for us to look at character lighting. So this is Angela Bassett's character, Regala. And we looked at this earlier. Again, you can see that their use of lighting on her lips, like, that looks real. Look at her teeth and look at her tongue. Behind her teeth even has a little bit of light hitting it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. How does this, anybody who says this doesn't look next gen, I'm sorry. I don't like to use insults very commonly, but if you think this doesn't look next gen, you're just an idiot. What are you going to compare this to? What game are you going to compare this to that say looks better? What game? I want to know. Red Dead Redemption 2. This looks better than Red Dead Redemption 2. There are no character renders in Red Dead Redemption 2 that looks this realistic. That looks like a real person. If I showed this to somebody who didn't understand video games and didn't know what video games were, they would think that's a real person. They'd be like, well, what movie is that from? Nobody would look at this and think that it doesn't look real. They'd be like, what movie is that? Is that from Avatar or something? You know what I mean? Minecraft with RTX? I guess I'm an idiot. Mo, you don't think that looks next gen? Looks current gen to me? I can't play a single game that looks like that right now. What game can you play right now, current gen, that looks like this? What can you play? There isn't a single game I can boot up right now that has human beings looking like that. There's nothing. There's nothing available. Mo is technically correct. This is current gen. Oh, are you playing that pedantic, like, hair-splitting crap again today, Mo? You know what I mean. PlayStation 5 is current gen, whatever. This looks like high fidelity, squeezing everything you can out of a PlayStation 5 game. This picture looks great, but from what I've seen, Red Dead Redemption 2 looks better. You guys are so biased. It's embarrassing. Like, it's embarrassing to say something like that. It's so that's just intellectually dishonest to say that Red Dead Redemption 2 looks better than this. What the frick, man? That's just, you're living in denial. That's just denial, man. That looked like a real person. That looked like a real person. Red Dead's amazing. Red Dead was ahead of its time, but Red Dead doesn't look like this. Red Dead doesn't have character detail that looks like this. Red Dead's close. Red Dead is close, but it doesn't look like this. We've looked at stills of character creation and character faces in Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 was ahead of its time. But are you going to sit here? Are you going to sit here and try and tell me that there's character design in Red Dead that looks like that? You're gonna try and argue that with she's got individual strands of hair, light reflections in her eyes, on her lips, on her teeth. Come on, dude. Her skin. Get out of here. There's nothing in Red Dead Redemption 2 that looks like this. There isn't. This is some of the best character design. This is some of the best graphical fidelity with respect to character design I think I've ever seen in my coverage of games in 7 years. Nothing in Red Dead 2 looks this good. Nothing in Red Dead 2 looks bad, but it certainly doesn't look this good. Like, look at her. She's got eyelashes, like individual eyelashes. Somebody get me a high res character in Red Dead. Yeah, that's not big enough. I'm telling you, Red Dead was ahead of its time. I'm looking at these pictures. Red Dead was ahead of its time. These characters do look really, really good, but they don't look as good as what I'm looking at right now. We just need a high res one. Red Dead was ahead of its time. The pictures that Eugene just put in the Discord, they're not big enough for a good comparison, but they look really, really dadgum good. They do. Come on, it's good, but is it next gen good? Listen, I hate to tell you this, but it's a you problem. Your expectations and what you think you're going to get out of next gen, I don't think you're ever going to be happy, and that's more your fault than the game developer's fault. I'm serious. That's your fault. I think if your expectations are that this doesn't look next gen, there's no reason for me to interact with you. There isn't, because your expectations are not realistic. Like you're never going to enjoy a single game. You're not. If you look at this graphical fidelity of character design, you're like, that doesn't look next gen. I hate to break it to you, you are not going to be satisfied by anything that comes out for the next 5 years, because this is so close to the uncanny valley of that looks like a real freaking person. Like this is a hop, skip, and a jump away from the uncanny valley of being so realistic. You want 16 times the details? What do you mean 16 times the details? What are you talking about? I can see pores in their skin. I can see she has micro. You're not going to be able to see it because this is a stream of a stream. On her cheek, I can see like micro hairs. You know how people have like little teeny micro hairs on their skin? I can see it on her cheek right here on the edge from the light hitting her face. We need like a high res. Red Dead Redemption 2 character high res. Let's see if we can get a high res character image here for you. Open image in a new tab. Okay, I got one for you. Give me a second. I got one for you. And I'm telling you, I'm not going to knock Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm not going to knock Red Dead Redemption 2. But this does not look as good as what we're looking at. So this is a really, really nice in-game shot. You can clearly see, again, I think they were ahead of their time. Great lighting, good skin texture, but there is something very dated and very flat about some of this. This is good. This is very, very good work here. There's nothing about this that we would argue that looks bad. But this right here, his eyes don't quite have the same, like, realisticness. There's a lack of detail on the lips. There's a lack of detail as far as the skin refractions. That does not look like this. This looks like a freaking picture of a real person. That looks like a real person. Toy Story on Game Boy looks better. This stuff could also be super high-end PC rendering. Oh, the Red Dead Redemption stuff could be super high-end PC rendering. Yeah, I mean, this is all captured on a PS5, so. That's PS4? That's not PS4. You guys know that is cinema trailers, right? You know that literally everything captured in the Horizon Zero Dawn trailer is all in-game engine footage, right? It's not something that they used like a PC for. That's not a PlayStation 4. Nothing looks like that on a PlayStation 4. I mean, it might look like that if you hold everything still. That looks really good. This looks really good. Let me zoom it all the way out. I was trying to zoom in so you could see him. This looks amazing. This looks absolutely amazing. I'm not knocking this, but don't sit here and tell me that looks as good as this. There is such a higher level of detail here. Just look at her eyes. Like, rendered in game, in engine. Yeah, this is all rendered in the game, in engine. None of this has been like spruced up for the trailer. I hate using the term, but man, that is some serious copium. If you're like, well, they probably, okay, so once I prove that it looks better than Red Dead, you come up with some other excuse. They're like, well, they probably, did it on one of NASA's supercomputers. Oh, shut up. It looks good. Just because you don't own a PlayStation 5 doesn't mean you gotta act like this doesn't look amazing. Something fishy here. You're hilarious. Watch. This is all in-game. That's what the character models look like. This is all in-game footage. This is what the game's gonna look like. Have you seen any of the leaked gameplay? Have you seen any of the gameplay trailers? This is right out of the game. You're so predetermined in your dislike that you're saying something's fishy about this because it looks better than Red Dead Redemption 2. The Red Dead 2 photo looked like a player-created character. Homie, I went to Google and typed Red Dead Redemption high-res character, and I grabbed one of the best photos I saw. Like, I wanted it to be high resolution. I'm telling you, it's a you problem. Some of you guys are so committed. You're so committed to being like, this is somehow not an amazing captured on PS5 mix of gameplay and cutscenes. A lot of people in chat are saying The Last of Us 2. Yeah, I would say The Last of Us 2 is yeah, that screenshot. Is that in engine? Or is that something that they used for promotional? Main characters are drawn better than randoms. Hang on. That doesn't look next gen, guys. That doesn't look next gen. I'm telling you, it's not even worth arguing with you. If you don't think this looks next gen, it's not worth it. It isn't. You're not going to enjoy anything in this generation of consoles. Because this is likely at the height of what games are going to look like. This is probably about the height of what kind of detail and graphical fidelity you're going to love. That looks like a real person, bro. That looks real. What in the actual frick, man? Look at that. Like, I genuinely want to know, like, what were people expecting? I don't know. I don't know what people were expecting. What did you want? What did you want games to look like? Part of the show is why I made sure to watch this live and be able to chat with everyone for the first time. I wasn't missing the debate at all. Yeah. Every freeze frame looks so good. This one here, Radical, I couldn't believe it. Look at, yeah, I was a little, this one stood out to me. I went and grabbed this for today's thumbnail because I was like, oh my, like, she's very pretty in this shot right here. Very pretty. I don't know what they did. This particular angle and her look of concern, and yet also it's just like the slightly gaped mouth. I'm like, I don't know, man. You can see it. She's right here. And then she slightly opens like she's getting ready to say something. Yeah. Very nice. Make your camera screen bigger so we can compare. Look at that! Did you see that? Once we zoom out. Look at the detail. Look at the light from the fire, like reflecting. I don't know what people were hoping for. Can I say she does look pretty? I think I've always thought that Aloy was very pretty. I think in this trailer, a couple of the shots, I argue that she's beautiful. I don't think we have to be like, she's hot, she's sexy. No, she's beautiful. She's very well designed. I think her hair and the way they make her skin look slightly sunburnt, like I think her eyes, I don't know, her whole presence, I think she's beautiful. Man, look at that, dude. Look at this. Look at these garbage graphics, man. Look at this. Look at this. Look at just the absolute garbage graphics that we're talking about here. It's unbelievable, man. It's like I can see individual skin pores and scars and imperfections in his bald head back here. But I got to tell you, this is so freaking unplayable. I can't believe that they had the gall to even promote this as a video game. This isn't even a video game, man. This is just embarrassing. Honestly, this game looks exactly like Horizon Zero Dawn, and for those reasons, I'm out. Yeah. There's a great freeze frame we can get here, though. We have to make sure and showcase this every time. Like, this is really the crowning achievement of the trailer right here. The poor Aloy. This is a this is a mix of this hurts, but maybe not. You know. And down she goes. Oh, it hurts. She's getting electrocuted, man. Oh man. she's got her pooping face on, man. She's getting electrocuted. Her whole skeleton probably hurts. Her whole skeleton probably hurts. Oh man. She's not fat now? She never was fat. People took one screenshot and photoshopped it because they're you know, they're dishonest pigs. That's what. That's what. You know, they wanted to misrepresent the situation. Oh, they made our girl fat. She never was. That was a photoshopped image. Look. Right here. That's the same. That's the same character. She's got the same full cheeks and jawline. It's just nobody's had a chance to Photoshop it yet, right? Nobody's had a chance to Photoshop it and say she looks like she got stung by a bee, right? Heaven forbid you go and watch the original trailer instead of some douchebag on Reddit or YouTube who's, look at what they did to our girl Aloy. Shut the frick up. Shut up. That's millimeter energy, buddy. That's millimeter Peter energy. Just has a square jaw. Yeah. Can we call them incel? No, I'm just going to start calling it millimeter energy, and we'll all know what I mean. It's millimeter energy. Tiny, teeny tiny energy. To be obsessing over stupid stuff like that. You got a small one. At least in spirit you do. You got a tiny one if you care about crap like that. Right here, you can see the same thing. Right here, we get some good rain on her face. Look at that. Red Dead Redemption 2 looked this good. Look at the rain droplets on her face, bro. She's got rain droplets on her face, bro. Never heard Millimeter Peter until today. That's a Lono original. That's a Lono original, bro. She's got rain droplets on her face. Like, look at that. What do you mean? You can see individual hairs. Like, look, there's individual hairs coming out on this side. I agree. Complete garbage. This is such garbage. Look at how trash this game looks. I can't believe it. Just such an embarrassment. It's just such an embarrassment. I can't believe the lack of graphical fidelity, you know? Raindrops aren't traditional female features. The scarf is way off? What do you mean the scarf is way off? Yeah, I played the Horizon DLC. Yeah. People like you crack me up. I can't see threads in the scarf. I'm out. Oh, okay, you're kidding. I can't see threads in the scarf, bro. When I'm playing through this game, I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to zoom in, and I swear to frick, if I can't see individual thread fibers in that scarf, I am uninstalling. If you're just tuning in, we're doing a Horizon Forbidden West story trailer breakdown, and I am engaging with people that are, some are joking and some are serious about saying that the game doesn't look good, and I am baffled. Watch the raindrops on her face. Watch. The light refractions change. Look, we'll frame by frame it. Watch. The rain droplets on the side of her face where the focus is. See that? Watch something. Look, they're not there. And then they are. You want to know why? Because the light is refracting off of the individual rain droplets as if there is an independent light source on the teeny shape affecting each droplet. Some droplets are big and round and some are not, and they're different with reflecting of the light. Look at that! Look at it, Chad. Just look at it. And people are like, Red Dead Redemption 2 looks better. Shut the frick up. I like that this can also apply to boobs. I would need proof. I don't believe you. We would need some scientific evidence, Rad. I won't be able to do a frame by frame of that, but I can't do a frame by frame of that. That's not allowed on this channel. I don't think that's not allowed on YouTube. Thank you. I got a voicemail and the transcription is literally thank you. Sounds like Lono's never seen rain before. Snow laid on your clothes in Red Dead Redemption 2. Rain was done 4 years ago. Yeah, individual rain droplets on a person's face. Yeah, you're right. That's in so many games. Yeah, you're right. Do it. Find me a cutscene. Find me a rendering in Red Dead Redemption 2 that looks this good. Do it. I'm awaiting. You know what I mean? Rad making the important assertions here, right? I'm a lady, I can say it, and I'm happy for y'all. Happy for y'all. What happened? I can't see the individual hairs on your head. I'm out. That's right. There's something about the scene with the people. They look out of place. Like they're in a scenario for a theater. So many games crammed into February. Yeah. Tokyo Bam Bam. That's right. Lono doing a good job convincing me he's not a Sony fanboy. I'm not a Sony fanboy. I'm not looking at a Sony game. I'm looking at a game made by Guerrilla. Oh, happy to do that for y'all. Oh, okay. I'm just looking at an amazing game. I don't care where this game lands. We're talking about graphical fidelity. We're not talking about Sony versus Microsoft. We're not. We're not. Like, I'm playing God of War on PC. What the frick does it matter? Sony didn't make God of War, right? They may have helped pay for it, but they didn't make it. Yeah, I'm a game fanboy. I don't care. This game's rumored to come out to PC a lot sooner than expected. I don't really care what platform it's on. I'm talking about the graphics. Yeah, I don't care about the plastic box that I play it on. None of that matters to me. I get up same as you in the morning, man. I put my pants on one leg at a time. Difference between me and you is once my pants are on, I make solid gold records. I messed it up. I make solid gold records, baby. You're gonna want that cowbell. Look at that thing. You love the Xbox? Rumored to come to PC? Yeah, there was an NVIDIA leak. I got a good screenshot. I got to throw it in the Discord for Creature in case he wants to do my breakdown. I don't know if he's going to try and grab it early. Hang on a second. Let me throw it into our stream holding. I think that's a pretty good one. I grabbed that one from earlier. There you go. You're going to want that cowbell. I'll put on my pants 2 legs at a time. Good chance it's wrong. There's a good chance it's wrong, but timing is not the issue. It's just basically confirmed coming to PC. I pretty much, I think, made the best argument you could make currently with the information that we have. I think currently the God of War Ragnarok coming to PC argument that I outlined is pretty locked tight, personally, because of how I approached it. We have enough information, I think, to know confidently that Ragnarok is coming to PC. No doubt. No doubt at all. This will not be on PC. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Horizon Forbidden West will 100% end up on PC. They already brought Horizon Zero Dawn. The God of War is their single most successful port already. It hit 74,000 concurrent players on Sunday. A single-player game. This will not be on PC? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. What do you mean? There's a Sony Studios storefront in Steam. Sony has indicated they are going to have a very, very concerted and strong effort to continue to bring their property to PC. You're not paying attention. You are not paying attention if you think this game's not coming to PC. It's all but confirmed this will be on PC. Not at launch, no, if that's what you mean. It won't be on PC next month, but it'll be on PC, blindingly quick if it happens this year. I don't think it'll happen this year. I think it'll be next year. They're going to wait almost one and a half years to do it. It just takes 5 years? No. Cory Barlog was interviewed about God of War Ragnarok coming to PC if it's going to take 4 years, and he said he doesn't have any idea. And then they interviewed the UX and accessibility designer for God of War PC port, and she said that they reworked the pipeline of God of War Ragnarok because of what they learned with the PC port for God of War. Therefore, they've already laid the groundwork to bring Ragnarok to PC faster than they brought God of War to PC. This is happening. This is happening. I think 18 months is the window. I think 18 months. It'll never be on PC. You're adorably wrong. You are adorably wrong. NVIDIA had a leak confirming virtually all of the titles coming to PC, and this was one of them. Uncharted 4 is coming to PC. God of War just came to PC. Horizon Zero Dawn is already on PC. Days Gone is on PC. You're on another planet if you think that this one, for whatever reason, they're going to protect it and not bring it to PC. I don't know what your argumentation's based off of, but it's coming. 100%, it's coming. Yeah, fall of 2023 is Eugene's projection. I think that's probably a pretty good projection. It'll be late next year. It'll never be on PC until it's released on PC. Was Demon Souls on that list? I don't know, Ashen. It was an NVIDIA leak with a bunch of dates that a lot of the dates have been proven wrong, but the dates don't matter. The dates don't matter. It is almost assured thing that Ragnarok, Forbidden West are coming to PC. We know Uncharted 4 is on the way. Ghost of Tsushima is apparently on the way. They're going to have a complete Sony Studio encyclopedia on Steam. 3 or 4 years from now, there's probably going to be 10 plus games in there. In 3 to 4 years, there'll be probably 10 games in there. A year ago, I would have been doubtful that this was coming to PC, but now things have changed so fast, there's no way this doesn't come to PC at some point. Yeah. They'll drop Horizon Forbidden West on PC the month before they release Spider-Man 2. Yeah, they could do that. Yeah. It's smart. It's super smart. It keeps people talking about them. People are so adamantly wrong thinking it won't be on PC. It's hilarious. Yeah, you have no reason to think it won't be on PC. Given the leaks, given the performance of God of War on PC, the reception, the praise, the sales, no. Ghost is coming to PC? Yeah, that's one of the rumored ones. Yeah. Coming to PC. Yep. Sony's not messing around, dude. Sony's not messing around. Capcom is adjusting their strategy because the PC gaming market's going to explode over the next 5 years, and Sony's not stupid. They know that's an amazing revenue source. An amazing revenue source. A single-player game had 74,000 people playing it at the same time on Sunday. God of War had a concurrent player peak of 74,000. The frick? Like 97,000 people was the player peak for New World on the same day. That's an MMORPG that had 20,000 more people playing it. Now, I know New World's not doing that great, but close to 100,000 player peaks every day is amazing. And this and God of War was like 25,000 behind that. Like, that's incredible. That's a single player game. That you don't. Oh golly, what'd I do? What did I do? What happened? Oh, we're fine. We're fine. My controller fell and hit my PlayStation controller fell and hit the keyboard. I was like, oh no. We're in trouble. If you're just tuning in, we're watching the Horizon Forbidden West story trailer, doing a bit of a breakdown, doing a bit of a debate. If you've enjoyed the coverage today, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button. Usually I am in this scene and we're doing a talk show. We also have a stream this afternoon where we're going to break down the dev update from New World. So make sure you're subscribed if you enjoy this content. A lot of people treat me like video game radio. I am safe for work, so they throw me on in the background. If you like hanging out in Discord servers, use the Discord command. We've got a very well-organized Discord server with lots of rooms, content, games, and things for you to, connect with people over. They make the biggest blockbusters in gaming. They're not going to forego easy revenue returns 18 months later to maintain exclusivity. After 18 months, the game has lost its value as a system seller. Right. Ugh. PlayStation's not stupid. Why would they port the games to PC? They're only porting the prequels on PC for promotion for sequels. Okay. What you just said is not what Sony has said. So you're speaking for Sony's business strategy in a way that they haven't said. That's not what they said. The internal documents that leaked made it very clear that Sony has a concerted effort to continue to push their first-party titles to PC. They didn't say anything about prequels to promote sequels. Sure, there is a timing strategy that you can clearly see with some of these games coming to PC to promote the next one, like God of War coming to PC before Ragnarok hits. Right, there's no doubt in my mind that that's not intentional, but that's not the motivation. Like, well, we're just going to stop. You're never going to see these games. They just did this to promote the sequels. No. The internal documents that leaked made it very clear. They have a concerted and ongoing effort to bring these games to PC. It's something that is all been but confirmed at this point. Hope God of War Ragnarok looks good. I think it looks amazing. Download 8 files? No, that's not what I need. Looks like these are just... Okay. I say Hunter Guild. I mean more like Monster Hunter World. Play to hunt machines in the party. Oh, let's also show. There also was another video that released today. It's a Meet the Cast video. It's got some new footage in it as well. And they basically interview the cast members and talk about making it. Ashley Birch, Lance Riddick, the guy that voices Aaron, the guy that voices Varl, the guy that voices, I forget his name. Shoot. Hey, look, it's promoting our video at the end. That's amazing. Can we loop it? Let's just refresh. I have the video controls turned off. And we can loop this one. There we go. I have an extension that lets me turn the player controls off because it makes it like cleaner when I'm like recording videos and stuff. Sony games coming to PC is good for you as a Sony fan. More money for them, bigger budgets for games, more games, better games. Right, I agree. Yes, they'll bring first-party titles to PC. The timing will always be about 8 to 12 months before the sequel releases. It's a two-pronged strategy to promote the new and gain more sales of the old. Based on the leaks, it seems as though that is not the permanent strategy. It seems like they're going to start to shorten the window. I think 18 months after Forbidden West hits, it hits PC. I think the same is true for Ragnarok. I think 18 months later, they've slid it over. I do. I don't think they're going to just treat it that way, right? We're getting a good suggest off the Meet the Cast video. That's pretty cool. And the story trailer. We're getting people that are clicking on this video after they watch it. So thank you to everybody that's doing that if you've come over for a bit of a breakdown. Ramiz says, "Mark my words." I don't think Nvidia had placeholder dates for Forbidden West and Ragnarok and everything else coming to PC. I don't think they had placeholder dates just for the fun of it. I think they had placeholder dates because it's an actual thing that's going to happen. After the DLC's been run out on PlayStation, when it goes to PC, it'll be a complete bundle. Right, they did that with Horizon Zero Dawn. They have said they won't do parallel development, and the studio that develops the game won't do the ports. That takes a minimum of 18 months. Yeah. Which makes sense why they adjusted the pipeline of Ragnarok based on what they learned when they brought God of War over to PC. They learned that, we have to change some things with how we build the game because they want it to probably go quicker next time. That would be my guess. Sony Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan has confirmed that PlayStation Nix's software acquisition will allow the publisher to release more games on PC. On July 1st, only days after its purchase of the Returnal developer Housemarque, PlayStation welcomed Nix's to the first-party family. So yeah, they're basically getting companies to do ports for them. Now, Jetpack Interactive is the company that ported God of War, so they might have more companies than just Nix's. Speaking with Japanese publication Famitsu, PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan confirmed internet chatter about Sony's intention concerning Nix's software purchase. Most notably expressed enthusiasm about working with Nix's to port additional PlayStation-exclusive titles to PC. According to WCCF Tech, the executive also made note of his satisfaction with the PlayStation PC ports thus far, though these efforts remain in their infancy. He offered no hints about what would be next. Yeah, Nixus isn't even the company that did the God of War PC port. It was Jetpack Interactive. Head of PlayStation Jim Ryan noted in a recent interview that he's frustrated by games being gated by platforms via things like exclusivity. So, yeah. And according to Cory Barlog, the CEO of Santa Monica Studios, Cory said that it was the studios that put pressure on Sony to bring more games to PC. So the studios themselves want this to happen. They're like, look, man, we're making these amazing games. They look and they run. Like if you really look at God of War and Ghost of Tsushima on the PlayStation 5 after they got their updates, or you play God of War on PC, there's one thing that is undeniably clear. These games were way ahead of their time. They were put on 7 to 9-year-old technology that really limited how great they could look and run. And once they get on a PC or a PlayStation 5, it's very, very clear. It's like, wow, these games were ahead of their time. And the studios would have known that firsthand. They would have known that firsthand. Like, man, bring our game to PC. They brought Nixes specifically to port over the big titles. What's interesting is they bought Nixes to bring over specific titles, and they didn't use Nixes for the God of War PC port. They used Jetpack Interactive. Oh, he's their creative director. I'm sorry, not CEO. Cory is the creative director at Santa Monica Studios, not the CEO. Sorry, I misspoke. My favorite video game radio? Thank you. Uncharted are amazing and have many years now. Why not in the PC ecosystem? Uncharted 4 is coming to PC. There's also some kind of an Uncharted Collector's Edition coming to PlayStation 5 on the 28th. We will be checking that out. I don't think there's a question of if it's going to be on PC. It's a question of when. God of War port was 2 years in the making. So they had Jetpack working on that before they did the acquisition of Nixus. They didn't have Nixus yet. Got it. Okay. Why PlayStation make PC more powerful? Stupid? No, it's not stupid. What do you mean leaks? These are freaking interviews, bro. These are interviews. What do you mean making PC more powerful? See, you're thinking tribalistically with respect to the platforms, and Sony is thinking like a company that wants to make money, right? You're existing in an ideology. You're thinking, well, that'll make PC more powerful. No, it won't. It'll make Sony more powerful. Why? Because the PC landscape is enormous. I mean, enormous. So you hit your maximum sales saturation in the first month that a game launches. So when Horizon Forbidden West gets released in February, 30 days later, it's not hitting any more fever pitch of sales. It isn't. Now, they could do a bundle 6 months later with the DLC or something that might give them a nice boost. But generally speaking, you get like 90% of your sales in the first month. So 18 months later, kicking Horizon Forbidden West over to PC, they can have essentially a second launch of the game, hit a stupid number of sales given God of War on PC's success commercially, and then they're in a market that is significantly larger than the Sony market, and they make a ton of more money, and then that money gets dumped back into future projects. Sony will make more money, but PC will make more because of exclusives? What do you mean PC will make more because of exclusives? What are you talking about? PC is not a platform that's owned by somebody. There's not some big, overlord PC company that owns the PC platform that is somehow going to benefit. What are you talking about? Microsoft owns Xbox, Sony owns PlayStation, and PC is a platform that isn't owned by anybody. It isn't. You're buying your games either in the Steam Marketplace, Epic, or maybe like Origin or something if it's like an EA title or something. No need to buy a PlayStation. Why would Sony just shut down their PlayStation if they want to port more games? You're not thinking clearly, homie. Like, listen to what I just said. 18 months later, if they make most of their game sales in the first 30 days of the game, if 90% of the Horizon Forbidden West copies are sold in the first 30 days, that continues to make the PlayStation 5 a viable and very, very lucrative. It's the highest demanded console in history. It has the highest demand and the fastest sales, right? Selling 1.5 PlayStation 5s to every Xbox Series X that gets sold, okay? That's not changing if you're like, well, I'll just wait 18 months and then I'll be able to get it on PC. What? No. You want the game as soon as it comes out. You want the game as soon as it comes out. So when God of War Ragnarok hits PC, if someone's convinced by my argumentation that God of War Ragnarok is assuredly coming to PC roughly 18 to 24 months later, you think people are going to be like, yeah, I don't really want a PlayStation 5. I'll wait a year and a half to 2 years from now to maybe play it on PC. I don't know about you, but I don't want to wait an additional 18 months to play these games. I wouldn't wait 6 months. I want to play these on release. That's exactly right. That's how gamers think. How many gamers, think about pre-order culture for a second. How many gamers do you know that are going to be like, yeah, no, I'll wait. I'm not going to buy it as soon as it comes out. The frick? No, they're going to want this thing as soon as possible. PC becomes more famous than PlayStation in gaming. Well, the PC market is going to grow at an astronomical rate over the next 5 years. So much so that Capcom is adjusting their strategies to ensure that their games land on more than just consoles. Okay? Most will wait? No. That's ridiculous, Mo. That's not true. No. If that were true, Mo, then why don't people wait for sales then? If most people, you're saying most, if the majority of people would wait, then why don't people do that right now? Everybody knows right now that a year later you can get the game on sale bundled with all the DLC. Do the majority of gamers wait for that deal? No, they don't. They buy day one. They pre-order months in advance. They're not calling me bad again? I'm not calling you bad. What you're saying is ludicrous. What you're saying is insane. Nobody would do that. Everybody knows right now that if you wait a year, you can buy a game bundled with its DLC at a discount. And the majority of gamers don't do that. No, they don't. People buy right away. If there's a PC-centric and they don't want the systems, they will wait. No. If they're a PC player and they're committed to PC and they don't currently own a PS5, there is probably a section of the market that will not drop the PS5. Do you think Sony cares about those players, considering that they can't even make them fast enough? That the PlayStation 5 is the fastest selling console in history? It's the highest demanded console in history? Do you think they care about a section of the PC market that's going to wait? No. You know why? Because they're going to make money off them anyway. Yeah, no, that's fine. You can wait to buy Horizon Forbidden West on PC. That's perfectly fine. We don't need you to buy a PS5. We can't even make them fast enough. We can't. So they're hitting both sections of the market. The ravenous PlayStation 5 buyers and the patient PC players. They're going to get both. A $5 tip from East Coast Overlord. I wouldn't wait, but I'm also a diehard PC-only fan who would refuse to buy consoles anyway. This is the only way they get my money anyway. Right, you wouldn't buy their games ordinarily because you're PC, right? Most people don't have multiple consoles? Sure, but they're getting to hit both markets. And the PC market is significantly larger than the PlayStation market. More people do buy over time. That's normal, though. God of War sold 3 million units month one, but 19 million units over its lifetime. Isn't that abnormal, though? All the market research I looked at said that you get the bulk of your sales in the first month, the 2 to 4 weeks. 4 years later being like, oh, it sold an additional 16 million. Isn't that abnormal? Honestly, as a primarily PC player, these games are more than I would have expected Sony to give us a couple of years ago. What a treat. Once a PC player gets a taste of these first-party Sony games, knowing they'd have to wait 18 months for the one to hit PC, now they'll try and get a PS5. If they can be patient, fine. Sony still gets the money. That's good input, Britt. That's exactly right. How many people right now are playing God of War on PC, and they're going to be chomping at the bit for Ragnarok, and they're going to try to snag a PS5? They're like, dude, I can't wait. That game was incredible. I got to get a PS5. I feel like the initial sales are the most important. Anything later down the line is just nice or more of a trickle. I've read at least 2 different reports and articles that said that most games get the bulk of their sales in the first month. Most people won't buy a PS5 for 150% markup to play 1 or 2 games. Didn't that release before Christmas? They might have got a huge bump with Christmas sales. Yeah, I don't know. You're not buying a PS5 for 1 game? I'm not talking about individual people in my chat. I'm saying there are people that will do that. You think because you wouldn't that nobody would? Is that your logic? That like, well, I wouldn't do it, therefore nobody's going to do that. There are plenty of people right now that have played Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone, and God of War on PC, and you know what that's going to do? They're going to be like, man, I don't know, dude. I'm going to try and snag a PS5. These games are amazing. They're going to be a convert. Right? It's a niche amount of people. You can't prove that. I mean, that's like, so it's a niche amount of people that aren't going to convert, and they're what the majority are just going to wait. We don't know that. There's no way to know how many people will be converted to be like, I don't know, man, these PlayStation games are dope. I know there's a niche amount who will not do so. What you're saying is true. Right, it cuts both ways. There'll be a certain number of people that are like, I'm happy to wait. These games are incredible. There are going to be other people that are like, dude, I can't frickin' wait. These games look and run just fine on a PlayStation 5. I'm going to try and snag one. God of War selling, entry franchise selling 35% more physical copies than God of War 3. The game remained at the top of all format sales charts for 6 consecutive weeks through April and May, getting a record for PlayStation 4 exclusive, having the most consecutive weeks at number 1. It sold 46,000 copies in the first week on sale in Japan, which placed it at the number 3 on the sales chart. The game sold over 3 million copies worldwide within 3 days of its release, making it the fastest-selling PS4 exclusive at the time. The game was the fastest-selling game of the month. May of 2019, the game had sold over 10 million copies worldwide, making it the best-selling game in the series. So a year later, it had sold 10 million. 10 million in its first year. Okay. Well, then maybe I need to adjust how I talk about this. Maybe I need to say the first 12 months are where you get the bulk of your sales instead of the first month. I thought it was the first month. I swear I read that in 2 different articles that studied game sales. They said, yeah, the average game gets the bulk of its sales in the first 30 days. For me, I think about day 1 buys. Bugs may be there. I may not have time to play it. If it's a live service game, I may need to wait a couple weeks. Server issues, for sure, yeah. Oh, shoot. I got to schedule the next stream. Where is this? Okay. Alright, schedule stream, create new, paste that in. Paste that in. Next stream, we've got, I've not even watched it yet. We're going to just do literally a watch-through reaction to the latest New World Dev video that they did for January. I don't think we've sold any coffee yet today. And also don't forget to support our various sponsors. I am wearing a Superman shirt today from 80s Tees, and the displays on the wall behind me. You can use the display command, shirt command, or the coffee command in chat, and that will enable you to support the stream. You can also support the stream directly by hitting the $sign at the bottom of chat. It lets you send a tip or become a paying member, and that does support the channel directly with money, and we do appreciate the people that do that. We're trying to get to 500 members. We had a little member train yesterday, and we appreciate people doing that. It supports us. If you want to just support for free, best way to do that is to hit subscribe, smash the like button, and smash the bell button to make sure that you do not miss the live streams when they happen. Okay, a little latency. Okay, and let's set the redirect up. Okay, there we go. 90% of our Discord is very cool, and you should be there. Yeah, don't forget the Discord either. If you like to hang out in Discords, we have a Discord server with like rooms for you to connect on games, share memes, share pictures, all that stuff. And today, the updates channel... No, we didn't put anything on the updates channel today. That's fine. Yes. I think he got me Vector. Creature. Final SFG split screen. Yep. I got an AI file. Okay. Let me get this for you. Let me get this for you. I'm going to drop it into... Okay. Drop it into Discord for you. Thanks, guys, for chilling today. Make sure you're smashing the like button as well. Hitting the like button is an easy way to support the stream. Easy way. Okay, go to creature, upload a file. God of War PC review is on updates. It did not happen on this channel. It's an exclusive. Oh yeah, we have an updates exclusive. So there's everything. The logo, overlays, and everything. Creature that should be everything you need. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. I'll let the Meet the Cast one loop for just a second. I'm going to run upstairs. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Let's keep smashing likes and subs and everything else. I'll be right back. I'm not sure what happened. If 6 of you did this by accident, maybe you just subscribed to Talk in Chat. But after I just said, hey, make sure and hit the sub button, 6 people unsubbed. Don't accidentally unsub. If you're on mobile, I think sometimes you guys do that. Like, you go to make sure that you're subbed, and then you accidentally unsub. Like, if you genuinely unsub, that's fine. But, like, I think we've had some people say that. People are like, I got unsubbed, and I don't know what happened. I don't know. I think sometimes people bump it on mobile. Like, they think, like, oh, I might not be subbed. They go to check to make sure that they are, and then they end up unsubbing. I thought today we would have a much stronger turnout as well. Like, the last time we covered Horizon Forbidden West, we were late. We were like 2 days late to the Slitherfang stuff, and we had an insane result from that. And today has been arguably kind of weak. I'm not really sure why. I don't know. Maybe we got it. Maybe we had picked a bad title or something. But I think the last 2 times we've covered Forbidden West, we had a huge day. And today, I don't know. I don't know if maybe we're just getting too close. But yeah, we covered Slitherfang, we covered a leak, and then we covered the well, the VR thing didn't do that well, but that was very different. That's like that was kind of a VR game. But I don't know. I'm kind of surprised. Day of the week? I don't know. Yeah. I remember when we covered the Slitherfang stuff, we were like, man, we're a couple days late on this. People might not care. And it was freaking huge. Like, I was like, wow. He's weird. So weird. I know that PlayStation future next-gen games will not be on PC. You don't know that. In fact, what you're saying... Again, it's silly to even engage with what you're saying because Sony themselves have said the opposite of what you're saying. So I'll take Sony's word on their strategy over what you're saying in my chat. You know what I mean? I think we're struggling with the language barrier as well. Like... That's not the point. In the future, everyone will be rich and buy a PC, so there is no meaning of PlayStation. Like, I don't know. East Coast is getting ready for a snowstorm today. Yeah. Yep, my kids will be very excited if we get some of it. Sony says... It expects Microsoft to continue to ensure Activision games stay multi-platform. PlayStation is currently the home of Call of Duty, but what does its future hold? That's Tom Warren from The Verge. YouTube is struggling too. I've had issues all day. Huh. I wonder if they're doing stuff in the mornings. They screwed us yesterday. I don't know what they did yesterday, but they totally jacked up our morning stream. The live chat's not available. All the metrics on it are a completely whack. Completely whack. I don't know what they might be trying to either do like maintenance in the mornings, or maybe they're just pushing out little micro updates or something in the back end. It's screwing with stuff. If you try and go watch yesterday's Microsoft's Activision Blizzard stream, the live chat's like still not available, and the back end stats are all jacked up. They're just all jacked up. I don't know what is going on. Oh, it finally turned it into a VOD at 3 o'clock this morning. Yeah, at 3 a.m. this morning, it turned it into a VOD. So since 3 a.m., it's gotten, 225 views or whatever. That's not accurate. Yeah, that's not accurate. I don't know what in the world's going on. It took them until 3 a.m. to turn yesterday's stream into a VOD. That is super weird. We've never had that happen before. I don't know. It's bizarre. I was watching this morning and wondered why chat wasn't visible. Yeah, it's still not. I picked it up. I looked at it this morning, and there's no chat on it. I'm like, what the frick? PC fanboys say PS is trash, but at the end start begging for PS games. I don't think PC fans have universally said that like PlayStation is trash. PlayStation 4 compared to a PC, yeah, it wasn't very strong for sure. I was watching 30 this morning and YouTube crapped the bed multiple times. I think they're messing around with live streams. I think they might be trying to input some of the discoverability, and it's jacking around with stuff. Trying to turn this into a console war like argument. PC fanboys have been saying PS is trash here. Please stop acting like you're being paid commission to sell that platform. Right. I said there is no DLC for Zero Dawn. I said there will be no more DLC for Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, no, that's not what you said. I don't think you're being clear. No, I can scroll up and you typed no DLC for Zero Dawn. You didn't say no more DLC. You said no DLC for Zero Dawn. Like, you're not being clear. You're lacking clarity a lot of the times. That's why. Why is every first letter of your words capitalized? Yeah, I don't know. He might be using some kind of a translator. That's the other thing I was thinking that might be going on. He might be putting in words in another language, and it's like it's interpreting for him or something. Silence looks real at times. Yeah. I think with darker skin, it's easier to show like details because of the way the light hits his skin. I thought the same thing about Varl. Varl looks almost real at times. I think darker skin, like the lighter complected areas of Aloy's skin, I think it's harder to show detail because it ends up getting washed out. Same thing with Tilda when she first shows up. I said no DLC for Zero Dawn, so that means no more DLC. But when you say no DLC for Zero Dawn, and you say so that means no more DLC, I'm sorry, you're. It's gonna sound like I'm insulting. It's gonna sound like I'm insulting you, but you're being kind of stupid. Seriously, that's stupid, and you should know that that's stupid. If you say no DLC for Zero Dawn, we're all supposed to know that you meant that means no more DLC. You understand that words are important, and when you take entire words out of a sentence, it changes the meaning of the sentence, right? Like if I tell you, no, there's no chips upstairs, and you're like, oh, and I'm like, well, no, what I mean is there's no more chips upstairs. We had them, but we ran out. Like, those are two completely different sentences. I miss no more? Yes, and it completely changes the meaning of the sentence. Stop being stupid. It's irritating for somebody to be willfully stupid. You're choosing to be stupid. You don't seem like a stupid person. It seems like you're choosing to be stupid, which is irritating. You can't just yank words out of sentences and get grumpy that people misunderstand you. That's on you. You're the one attempting to communicate with us, and you're doing it and you're missing words, and like it's on us to somehow deduce what you actually meant. Be a better communicator. I missed the part where that's my problem. STFU. All right, you first. You can tell the streamer STFU, you first. Goodbye. Freaking weirdo. Lono, says Alex. You should know the rest of my statement. Yeah. Unbelievable. Now we're communicating. Almost had him first barrier. Yeah. Truly doesn't understand where he is, telling the streamer to STFU. Like, imagine leaving entire words out of your sentence and then getting grumpy when people misunderstand you. Like, just unbelievable. I can explain it. I can't understand it for you. Yeah. Balanced undertones. Just fill in the blanks, Lono. I miss Pony Boy. The logic only works with Sven's opinion of a game. Well, Lono, but... And then she said, yeah. It's the first thing he said that I understood. I mean, he was in here earlier and he got something wrong. I said, oh, that's a Slitherfang. He's like, no, it's not. It's a this. And so we went back and looked at it. And he was like, oh, I was talking about another part of the video. It's like, no, you weren't. You attempted to correct me and said that it wasn't a Slitherfang. And when we did a side-by-side, you tried to reinvent what you said. It was like, no, you specifically tried to correct me and said that it wasn't a Slitherfang. Are those cars? Yeah, those are cars floating up. Down in here. She's into some underground city, and those are vehicles that float up. That's a car right there. And those are, I see stairs with railings in the background. There you go. What I meant was, I like to go and bungee jump off a bridge. Isn't that supposed to be the Bay, the San Francisco Bay? I don't know. Why are you surprised at cars? Well, because they're floating up from in the water. How many cars have you seen that float? Maybe get a car and drive along. I'm wondering what they're doing that's making cars float in water. Like, what are they doing? He claimed to have an article where the dev said Horizon Forbidden West wasn't coming to PC, but he never gave the title. Because there is no article that states that. There is no article that states that. There may be an article about the lack of parallel development, so they might have been dispelling the notion that it'll hit PlayStation and PC at the same time. But there is not a single article where the developers from Guerrilla state that Horizon Forbidden West will never come to PC. That article does not exist. We would have covered that. We literally scour gaming news outlets every afternoon looking for things to cover. We would have covered the developers of Guerrilla saying, yeah, no, it's never coming to PC. Because there would have been reasoning given. There would have been reasoning given. Rock Eaters are at 142. Yeah, that's not what we were talking about. At the end, where she sees one, like a Slitherfang comes up, I was like, oh man, that's Slitherfang, da-da-da-da-da. He was like, oh no, that's not a Slitherfang. Singular. That's not a Slitherfang, he said. I said, yeah, it is. And we did a side-by-side. And then he pretended he was talking about another part in the video, and I was like, what? He specifically spoke to me. Since yesterday happened, I think the date will be sooner than expected. You were talking about that part? Well, yeah, I know, and that was what he was trying to do, is like rewind time. Be like, oh, I was talking about that part. I've been looking for an hour and I can't find anything. Yeah, because there are no outlets. There's not a single gaming news outlet. There's not a single interview where the Guerrilla developers stated that the game would not be coming to PC. That's simply not true. The article was Horizon Forbidden West won't come to PC by Ramiz Ahmad. Day and date isn't coming. Day and date. I think the day and date will be sooner than expected. Oh, Forbidden West coming to PC, you think will be sooner than expected? I don't know. You love my emojis? Thank you. I feel like I've missed something funny. We had somebody that... I swear he was here the last time we covered Horizon Zero Dawn or Forbidden West. Like, I think he scours YouTube looking for people talking about it because he wants to flex all of his knowledge. He clearly was well-versed in Horizon Zero Dawn. He knew almost all of the machine names. He knew what their weapons were like. He knew lore. He was clearly very versed in Horizon Zero Dawn info, okay? But he just got carried away, right? What comes in the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Deluxe Edition? Do we have a launch date yet for the Skywalker saga? Why would there be a deluxe edition? Is there a launch date yet for that? I was wanting to get that to play with my kiddos. Yeah, just 2022. So they have a deluxe edition you can get, and the placeholder date is still December 31st. I've definitely seen his name in chat before. Oh, he was here the last time we covered Horizon. He was. And he was here yesterday saying stuff about, I don't even know what he was talking about yesterday. I forget what it was. He pushes the console. It's April 4th? Wait, has that been officially announced, Brendan? April the 4th? Why? He was cracked out of his mind on G Fuel and sugary treats. Leak for Star Wars Lego game says April release date, and I'm pretty sure it's true, says Akuta Papa. They announced the date? A leak is not a release date. Yeah, the Gamer reported that the release date leaked, and they reported it April the 5th, according to a UK retailer. April the 5th, and this was reported 3 hours ago. Updated. UK retailer leaks Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. Update. Warner Brothers and TT Games have now confirmed Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga is set to release on April the 5th. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I just saw that in my feed. Yeah. Trying to get a good image for Twitter. Well, it's not frickin' blurry. Open image in a new tab. Why does nobody have a good image of this frickin' game? Yeah, there are like no good images of the Lego Skywalker Saga. Tools, size, large. Is this one? It's so weird how this happens. How there's never you can't find good artwork anywhere. Oh, this is a good one. Open image in a new tab. Yeah, this is a good one. Copy image. I wanted to tweet. Breaking. Warner Brothers and TT Games have confirmed that LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is set to release on April 5th, 2022. There you go. Watching the gameplay trailer for LEGO Skywalker Saga on IGN? No, I'm not playing around with that. Free Ramis. I'm not unbanning him. No. He told me to STFU. All right, I'll unhide him, but he's got to come back and apologize. I unhid Ramis if he's still here. If they're still here. If he can play nice and apologize, he can stick around. But if he sticks to his guns, telling me to STFU, then that's the end of that. I might just start timing people out for stuff like that, because sometimes they just need to chill a little bit. Ramis did nothing wrong. Senna was brought to life in Senua Saga Hellblade 2 thanks to our development of skin and eye materials. Golly. I'm just glad he spoke his mind. You know how many times I've told you wanted to tell you to STFU? Ramis, are you still here? Yeah, I can still add him in chat, so he might still be here. I swear if he enters the minute Zubair leaves. Bear made an alt to speak his mind. He's here, just busy flaming you on Twitter. I highly doubt it. You're getting soft. He was rude. Give people second chance. Who cares? How'd this poll do today? Huh. Yeah. He'll wait 2 years posted on Twitter. That's right. New and improved from Lono. That's right. I am bummed we're not playing God of War today again. I want to keep moving through that game. But New World posted their dev thing, so I thought, well, we better cover it because, tomorrow is Friday, and that means we got way too many other things going on. I don't even know what Elden Ring stuff we're going to cover tomorrow. I've not seen if there's anything that's been new. We try to cover Elden Ring news every Friday. And 5 hours ago, hints in a beta test map have been discovered. Elden Ring on a cover of PC Gamer. There's outrage at an X-rated Elden Ring boss. Director says why they didn't make the game into Dark Souls 4. Are you still planning to cover the Microsoft purchase? I did cover it yesterday. What are you talking about? You left a comment, did you not? Wasn't that you? Didn't you leave a comment this morning saying you were having trouble finding the video? Or was that somebody else? Who said that this morning? Oh, it was somebody named Shay. Never mind. It wasn't you. It wasn't you, Reese's. It's yesterday's beginning stream. It didn't hit some people's feeds because I get reports anytime somebody makes a video containing certain terms to see if anybody ever makes like a video on me or whatever. And I got a report yesterday and it only had the God of War stream in the report. So I wonder if it just didn't hit people's feeds. No, that's not your fault, Reese's. It might not have hit your sub feed. Like that video is jacked up from yesterday. The live chat's not there. I don't know. Am I satisfied with the God of War support? I think the problem is we keep putting space in between when we pick it up and play it again. Yesterday was fine. Some channels are getting claims for all the Elden Ring stuff. What Elden Ring stuff? The leaks? Like the people that got out of bounds and stuff? Oh, data mine stuff. Oh, well. You gotta be careful. I mean, we showed stuff that had been up for weeks, so... Yeah, yesterday's God of War stream did fine. My outlook on it is if we can clear 2K... That's kind of like our floor for the live stream. We want that to start to be like 3K. Like, no matter what we do, 3K is just going to happen on every live stream VOD. People are still playing the game right now on the PS4. Who was the person that we watched? Who was that person that we watched? What was her name? It was the... No, Elden Ring Night game. It was. Oh, what was her name? What was her name? No. Yeah, was it the ERSA channel? With that leaked was it Crucible Night? Yeah, everybody has that footage up. So yeah. That footage is still up from 3 days ago. Wait, did they re-upload it? No, yeah, their Crucible Night footage is still up, and we watched that. It looks like they re-uploaded it 3 days ago. Yeah, I'm on the ERSA. Channel with the ERSA published a video which leaked Elden Ring's character creator. Although the video has already been taken down due to copyright claim, we thank the internet for providing receipts with screenshots. Yeah, but the character creation. Oh, they've re-uploaded it again 3 days ago. Yeah, it was Allison by proxy. That's who it was. Allison by proxy. They had an out of bounds clip that we watched from Elden Ring. Great. Okay. Yeah, all those videos are gone, and that person keeps re-uploading them, so... It sucks, because our coverage of that is one of our most watched streams. It's one of our most watched streams, but I'm setting it to private. I'm not about to get hit. It isn't worth it. It's not worth it. It sucks because that VOD had like 16,000 views. But they're clearly taking the vids down. It's against the NDA. It's from a jailbroken PS4. I thought these people got it while they were in the technical test, and that's why I thought it was fair game. I thought they literally were in the tech test, got out of bounds, and got the footage, and I was like, oh, this is fair game. This is from the tech test. They're still doing it now. Man, that sucks. That was a huge video. That's our most... I think if you go to our live streams, it's our... Outside of live events, it was our 4th most watched live stream. Because we had the Elden Ring live reveal, we had Lost Ark beta, New World beta, and then the Elden Ring gameplay new leaks. Yeah, I made the video private, which means we will, you know... We still had a big day and got a ton of subscribers, so I guess that's the silver lining, but not saying remove it, but be careful. Well, yeah, I mean, I like From Software. I want to have a good relationship with them. If they're out there saying, hey, you know, we don't want this content out there, and they're taking videos down, then that user, ERSA, they put all the videos right back up again. So they don't care. They're just some teeny tiny channel. So I would rather have a continued good relationship with From Software and be like, hey, we didn't know that stuff was stuff that you didn't want out there. The reason I showed it is because the videos were so old. I was like, the one video from Allison by proxy, it was like 10 days old. And I was like, oh, well, this is probably fair game then, because you would think in the wake of the tech test that they would go after videos and things like that they didn't want out there. It wouldn't be hard to find them. You just search for Elden Ring gameplay and take 20 minutes to comb through all the footage and be like, well, no, this is not allowed, this is not allowed, this is not allowed. So yeah, I just set the video to private, because if they don't want the footage out there, then, you know, I'll play nice, because it's not a company that I want to burn a bridge with. I love their games, and we've gotten a lot of great growth covering their games. So we need to shift gears here. We need to go to the January. Oh my, we're gonna hit 3 hours if I'm not careful. Dadgummit. I'm gonna provide you guys a link, and we got to shift gears. We got to shift gears. The redirect should work. I wasn't paying attention. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be our own breakdown reaction to the New World Dev update from January. They just put this up on January the 19th. I am doing this breakdown on January the 20th. Usually on the front of these streams, I give you like a short 4-minute breakdown of what we're covering and what we're doing. I will not be doing that because we are going to be watching and reacting to a 37-minute long video that is basically them breaking down everything